Nightshift live from Corfu, coming to you as always from our lovely studios here in the beautiful village of Agis Mateus on the wonderful island of Corfu. And as always, I'm very lucky to be joined in the studio tonight by both Thomas and Wayne. Hello, Wayne.
Hello, Adrian. How are you today?
I'm splendid. Thank you very much.
Hello, Thomas.
Hello.
Lovely Friday. How are you?
I'm fine. Hello, everybody. Lovely Friday, 8th of December.
Yes.
Beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
Most important is Friday.
Yes.
Oh,
Way.
another gorgeous day in paradise.
Wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Blue skies.
Blue skies, a little chilly, but doesn't matter. I sat again outside
With your coffee.
with my coffee, watching my birds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, you've got a little aviary, haven't you?
Yeah. It's quite entertaining, I tell you. Yeah, have some. It's quite fun watching the guys. But now, perfect day for doing it.
Beautiful.
Sitting out, have a coffee, watch the world go by. Well, there's not a lot happening where we are, but still, you know.
No, but for me, it was just beautiful to see the sun shimmering on the sea. Oh, it's just so beautiful. And I can see, I'm very lucky. It's like I look out my window and I've got an infinity pool in front of me going right to the horizon. It's amazing. I wish you could join it and share with it. But I talk about it because I get enthused. And that's the thing about this island. It's incredibly enthusiastic to me.
Yes. Amazing.
Yeah, he's getting it off his chest again.
I know.
I
It's
can't
great.
stop it,
he's
see, ladies and
just so-
gentlemen.
yeah.
If you come here to this island, I'm absolutely positive you will understand what I'm going on about. You'll have to come and
Definitely.
experience it, though, of course. Won't they, Thomas?
Definitely. You're completely right. It's one of the most beautiful islands I personally have been. So
I agree.
Yeah, excellent, guys. So today's show we kick off with our round of news. So people
Yes.
out there have to know what's going on locally.
Yep.
Yeah, you ready?
I am.
Yes, always. And
Okay. So,
Off we go.
First of all, we're going to start off with the preparations were made in Pento Fanero and Coffinetta this morning for next Thursday's earthquake exercise.
Ooh.
Okay, so the purpose for the exercise is to be prepared for an earthquake in terms of coordination, organisation, collaboration, and the improvement of planning for the reality of an earthquake. So
right.
this is to acquire knowledge and experience so that the emergency procedures can be as efficient as possible. Okay, so this is taking place on the Thursday, the 14th of December, between 9:30 a.m. in the morning, obviously, a.m., I said a.m., and
You're on the ball tonight,
well, I'm
Wayne.
really
Yeah,
on the ball
great.
tonight. And 1:30 p.m.
so, again, sorry, I missed
Sorry,
that.
9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m.
And 1:30 p.m.
p.m.
Okay, so that's good. That's so the emergency services can make sure that they're on the ball and ready for that awful thought of having an earthquake.
Having an
or something.
earthquake, yeah. What's happened in the past here in
Yeah.
Greece a couple of times, this year a couple of times. So it's
We've had tremors, haven't we?
Yeah,
I've
tremors.
been told that they've never actually had an earthquake here on Corfu.
Oh no, we felt some earthquakes.
Oh, tremors, no.
No,
I mean, we had
tremors, yeah,
tremors,
okay,
but
tremors
actually,
you said, but real
yeah.
earthquake, no, they never had.
No,
But
What
I
I know,
felt
yeah.
a tremor here a couple of years ago. It's quite an extraordinary feeling.
No,
But
definitely. Yeah.
it's good that they're preparing
Oh, it's wonderful. Absolutely
and
what they should be doing,
this
yes.
rehearsal. Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to take part, they can go in or they can watch that. Or
I
they urge people to take part in it, or
I don't know. I really don't. I mean,
I think it's just a drill, as for the
think
civil
it's a drill.
servants, the civil
Yeah.
servant drill.
It's basically for the emergency services to
Yeah.
make sure that they're all
On the same page.
on the same page. Yeah,
Perfect,
exactly.
yeah.
But it's really good, you know.
It is, yeah.
Okay,
Excellent, cool.
next we're going to talk about the recent development conference. The Minister of Marine and Island Policy announced the new ferry services between the Ionian Islands.
Okay.
I think it's
What?
Zakynthos.
Well,
Is that right?
Psychonos.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll let
That's right,
Thomas do
yeah.
it.
No, what one Panagiotis Kouroblis announced a new ferry service between the Ionian Islands and the signatures of the master plan for the port of Psychonos
Yes.
and the assignment of the section of XZ at Corfu port. No?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. So there will be new. It's all over. I saw this in different social media groups today. They're
Yes.
talking all over the island. They're talking about it.
It's good.
And it's good. Yeah, no, it has to come.
Yeah, it's very good.
So you see there is progress being made on the island.
Massive
Definitely.
progress. Yeah, definitely. It's very good. And then my last little piece is about flooding.
Ooh.
But it's not a flooding because of the weather. Okay, this flooding was caused by a pipe for the removal of water from a building site.
Yeah.
Okay, so the pipe was pumping out water at a very high pressure all morning and flooded half of the port road.
No.
When the cause was found by the port employees, the owner was located and he removed the pipe from the road. Now, this is the thing that made me laugh, was the quote from the reporter from the Enema Rossi, who said, "And just as he collected his pipe, he's sure to collect a nice fine." Which I'm sure he's going to.
Brilliant.
Poor chap.
Definitely.
But
That will cost him a little bit. Man, we got a big job on the screen, so it looks quite...
Yeah.
Wow,
you can see he
okay.
was pumping out his water from the building site
From
to
the
obviously
building
get on
site,
with the work, but
He didn't think that one through, did he?
not really.
Not
no.
really. Oh, it's the thing. So, and if you want to catch up with any of these news, what we just mentioned, or more, there is more. They're going on to the Facebook group of Enema Rossi, Corfu News.
That's it.
Or just log on to animarossi.com, Greek-speaking island newspaper.
Yes.
Very good stories, very good
Very
journalists working for them. And they have also in English.
Yes.
That's great, isn't it?
In
that they're
English.
doing that
So
now?
it's brilliant. They started
Yeah,
off 2 months ago now in English. So, and brings, I think this is how you bring an island community together.
Absolutely.
What is
Very good.
multicultural, definitely. Hey, thank you for that. So
That's okay.
log on to animarossi.com or go on to Enema Rossi Corfu News on Facebook. And and there you get all the information you need.
It's very
Excellent,
good,
guys.
actually. I have to say that that little line just made me chuckle.
Yeah,
About that, he's sure to collect a nice fine.
nice
as well.
fine.
I wonder
Yeah.
how much that would be.
Don't know. It depends how much what it's done, really, doesn't it? I suppose.
Yes. How would they calculate it, I wonder?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Might be more than a parking fine.
Yeah, man, the fire department had to come out,
Well, I'm not sure about that.
or I think maybe they're charging
think-
for the time the police
Yeah,
had
the
to
time,
invest.
yeah.
So I think, what's fair enough? No, so, but okay, cool. Excellent. This was all local news, nothing tragic really.
No.
Developing
No.
is going on. What everybody appreciates with the ferry is finally something moving. But there's another thing.
Yes.
What is, they were talking about this water plane.
Oh,
What's
yes.
happened with that?
I don't know, Thomas, but somebody mentioned that about a month or two ago, didn't they?
Yeah, and there was some test flights or something in
Yes.
progress.
Oh, yes.
And I don't know, and now it got all quiet. Water service between the island. I
would have
think it's a
been
great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
It's-
rather romantic, isn't it? Flying,
definitely.
island hopping sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Really
we're
good.
landing on the water and
Yeah.
taking off on the water suburb.
Yeah.
It's not, I think there's not a lot of places in Europe you can experience that. So
Not anymore. They used to be the thing back in the old days, didn't they? 1930s, I think they had those great big flying
That's
boats
right.
or whatever
They
they were
did,
called.
yes.
I remember having an Airfix model. Mind you, I got glue all over it, so it wouldn't have flown.
Listen, dude.
Did you glue yourself together?
Yes, numerous times. I was a disaster with a tube of glue, I can tell you.
I bet you're one of those people that actually squeeze the tube in the middle, aren't you?
Yes, and then it would all pop out. That's right.
That's it.
Yes. How did you
See,
guess?
I know.
See
I know
how
these
it,
things.
But they were great, though. I unfortunately, I have to say, to this minute, I've never been in a water plane. Rather like to, wouldn't you, Thomas?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Definitely, that's what I'm saying. It was exciting me. It's the first time I heard the story. I was saying, oh, brilliant. Water planes, what an attraction for the island.
Yeah.
Now, and when they get this really up and running and do all the sea trials, what they have to do, and that all works out, what a brilliant, just for a day trip, hop from one island to another.
Yeah, we'd be up for that,
That'd be good,
wouldn't we?
wouldn't it?
Yeah, just the approach and that, I mean, must be, you see more. You see these
Absolutely.
aeroplanes are smaller, so you see more, you're slower. So it's
Oh, yes.
I think it's a nice idea. I hope something will come of it.
Please.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, now we're done with local news. As I said before, if you're interested in local news, what's going on your island, I say your island, it's all of our island. Now, if you want to know what's going on the island, log on to animarossi.com. Have a look. It's also an English section on there. So, guys, and we move on to Adrian.
Oh, well, hello. Yes, it's international news now, and as it's Friday night, I've got rather a lot, actually, for you. Hope that's okay for you.
Yes.
You were threatening
good,
us yesterday, didn't you?
Do what, sorry?
You were threatening us yesterday with it.
Yes, I've left that one to last. That's rather an epistle, that one, but there are some funny moments in it, I believe. Anyway, the first story comes from good old Italy. And, now, this is a subject close to all of our hearts here on the Nightshift, live from Corfu. It's about food. Yes.
Listen.
You guessed that, I'm sure. Actually, to be more accurate, it's about food preparation. And it's a story that happened just a few days ago. UNESCO has now just granted World Heritage status to the art of twirling pizza dough, would you believe?
What?
The art of twirling pizza dough
Okay.
and baking it in a wood-fired brick oven. Now, this process, which is actually a bit of an art, actually, forgive me if I get this word mispronounced, but it's actually called a pizzaiolo. Oh, I think I've got that wrong. I can't actually say it. Pizzaiolo, I think. And unsurprisingly, it originates from good old Naples, which, of course, is the traditional home of the pizza.
That's right, yes.
UNESCO is trying to raise awareness of traditions around the world. And this pizza twirling process has been handed down for generations. But it isn't just about twirling the dough and rolling the dough, but according to those that know all about it, it encompasses the social ritual of the stories and the songs and the gestures which occur between pizza makers and the diners in their Neapolitan neighbourhoods. Doesn't that sound great?
That sounds amazing.
Yes, I think I want to go and have a pizza. But Italy's been petitioning for this for quite a long time, actually, arguing that it was a unique gastronomic and cultural tradition. The Italian Minister for Food, Forestry and Agriculture tweeted it was another step towards the protection of Italy's food and wine heritage. Pizza makers in Naples celebrated by handing out, you'll like this one, free pizza on the streets. Oh. And 2 million people had signed a petition to UNESCO, and apparently they waited for 250 years for pizza to be recognised as part of humanity's heritage.
What? 250 years?
Well, obviously UNESCO wasn't around in those days.
I was going to say.
But maybe they mean they've just been trying to argue the fact that pizza is theirs from Napoli and it should be recognised as such. A bit like the... oh gosh, now I've forgotten the from Valencia, the Spanish dish paella. Supposed to only come from Valencia.
Oh, is that right?
I believe so. Yes. Just in case you want to know, as you're getting hungry, I'm sure, the traditional Neapolitan pizza has 2 classic versions: the marinara pizza, which is tomato, garlic, oregano, and olive oil, and we like olive oil here on Corfu, beautiful olive oil, and also the margherita pizza, which apparently was named after Queen Margherita of Savoy, allegedly. Okay. And that's your famous tomato, mozzarella, basil, and olive oil again. Interestingly enough, it's in the colours of the Italian flag. That's rather nice, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good. Here's a cryptic comment from a Twitter user who said, now we must insert the pineapple in the list of crimes against humanity. And I think he's saying that because there's this long-running dispute. Is an Hawaiian pizza a true pizza? Well, a lot of people actually say it's not, but I've got a little story about that because, in case you want to know, the Hawaiian pizza was created and invented by a good Greek gentleman, and he was called, San Panopoulos, who sadly died aged 83 in June this year. He emigrated from Greece to Canada in 1954, aged only 20, and he and his brothers ended up owning and operating several successful restaurants. And in 1962, the Hawaiian pizza was born, when he was inspired to add, oh, you'll like this one, tinned pineapple, would you believe, to a ham pizza. And he did it as a joke or a bit of a fun, but the customers ended up loving it, and they particularly liked its combination of savoury and sweetness. A good combo, isn't it?
I actually quite like a good Hawaiian.
Yes. Well, I'm not so keen myself, but a lot do. Other things that they're considering making special things are Spanish flamenco dancing, and would you believe, a Mongolian camel coaxing ritual. I can't imagine what that is.
Sorry, can you just say the last one again?
A Mongolian camel coaxing ritual. Maybe it's something they do to coax the camels into bed at night or something.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently something special about it. But UNESCO is marvellous with these World Heritage Sites because we're very lucky here in Corfu to be part of it. Corfu Town is one, and a very well-deserved one, I should say, as well. Such a beautiful town. You must come and visit it, guys. Anyway, that's the story from pizzas in Italy. And now here's another story. Nothing about food, you'll be pleased to know. It comes from India, and I ask you the question. How many unread emails have you got in your inbox?
Yes. I've got quite a few. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're one of
I
those.
think I've got about... I have got quite a lot, actually. I've got about 30,000, I think. Something stupid like that.
You've got 30,000?
Yeah, about that.
That's staggering.
There are emails I haven't opened since I got the account years ago
Wow.
because they're advertising. They're advertising.
Yeah,
I
then
know they're
delete
advertising.
them.
Why do I open them?
Well,
And
that's
delete
true.
them,
That's
man.
true.
No, never read them. Well, it's advertising. It's very obvious.
Not delete them. Deleting.
Yeah, I just can't be bothered. Not
Rubbish
now it's
bin,
got up
boom,
to that
button.
kind of number.
Have you got any in your inbox, Thomas?
Unanswered?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a couple.
Just a few. Yeah.
Just a few. But you know, it's all timing, so it's all.
Well,
Nothing
spare-
like me, then.
30,000.
Yeah,
Come
about
on,
that,
man.
I think.
that's a lot.
I haven't looked lately, to be honest.
Okay, well, it'd be more now.
Oh,
I
no.
don't know.
Well, anyway,
30
I take
and
that on
1,000.
board. Blimey. But maybe we should spare a thought for an Indian lady called Priyanka Chopra. What a
Okay.
lovely name.
That's a nice name, yeah.
She's an actress from Bollywood, would you believe? And she's the highest paid too, apparently. And she's amassed more than a staggering 250,000.
Wow.
Actually, to be precise, it's 257,623. That was at the time that I read this story, but
Yeah.
it's probably a lot more from now. She starred in more than 50 films and, would you believe, was crowned Miss World in the year 2000. She's also a UNICEF ambassador, like Angelina Jolie, and one of the most popular celebrities in India. She's currently starring in the third season of a US series on television called Quantico. But apparently there are many other people who have more than 10,000 unread emails. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen,
What?
we just found another one
Yeah,
here.
just found
Who
another
can
one.
beat that?
Yeah.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
I mean,
Well, there's a
But
chap...
as I say, it's advertising. You get bombarded by emails of advertising. You just,
Well,
yeah, but why you don't delete them? Get rid of them.
you get so many though. I just can't be bothered. I really can't. I just leave them. I know I've got loads on my account. I know it's ridiculous.
It's okay. No, I'm saying nothing. It's
No.
all.
apparently,
Wow.
did you know that they did a survey, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and they found that India was actually the home of spam. About 75% of the world's spam is supposed to come from India.
Right. Well, that's where it's all going from then.
Maybe. I don't know. That's what they say. And here's another interesting, fascinating fact. Just after the financial crisis back in about, 2009, I think it was, somebody investigated why Goldman Sachs, which was not the flavour of the month at the time, had 16,600 likes on its Facebook page. The Financial Times did a little investigation, and they found out that 16,000 of those 16,600 likes actually came from a small village in India. Must be some connection. I'm sure that Goldman Sachs have got a branch there or
They
something.
must have.
Yeah, I would have thought so, yeah.
Or
Strange, though, isn't
big
it?
fans of Goldman Sachs, maybe. Maybe
Yes,
there's
they're all
like a supporters
Goldman
club or something.
Sachs
Yeah,
fan club
there's
in a
a
small
there's a
village in
fan
India.
group for Goldman and Sachs.
Yeah, 16,000 of them sitting in a village going, yeah, Goldman
Go
Sachs,
on,
go, go. We love them.
Well,
we love
there you
Goldman
go.
Sachs.
Amazing what you find out. Here's a news update, of course, because we like to talk about apps, don't we? We're on an app.
Do we?
Yes. Well, we had Frog ID last
Frog
night.
ID.
Frog ID.
So what have you got today?
Well, tonight we've got a new app that's been recently launched, I think really in the United Kingdom, and it's really about predictive text. But it's developed by a firm called SwiftKey, and they've developed an app for, would you believe, the Cornish language speaking community. That's to help them communicate. And it can predict the text and, fortunately, correct the spelling. Yes, Thomas, Cornish is an indigenous language of the United Kingdom.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yes. And according to the local council, Cornwall Council, there are 300 people who can speak this Cornish language fluently.
Okay.
But there are thousands more who can hold a basic conversation in it.
That's very good.
It is. The Cornish language is actually called Cyneric. I think I got that wrong. And that is identifies with Cornwall itself. And a chap from Cornwall was saying that the Cornish language is inherent with the place names. It's all kind of woven in together.
Okay.
And I heard this gentleman speaking Cornish, and I have to say, it was a rather attractive language to listen to. I couldn't understand a word of it, mind you, but why not? Good for Cornwall. Hey.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so it's a new app on the way.
No app on the way.
Yep.
Corny app on the way.
Well,
how
I'll
many?
tell you what, you can get a good Cornish pasty from Cornwall. Very nice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But how many users will
well,
they have for this app?
We don't know yet because it's just been launched.
I mean, there's 300 who still speak.
300 still speaking it, so they don't need it.
No.
And there's
And there's a few thousand.
but there's a
apparently,
few
that can-
thousand
yeah.
who can hold the
A
basic
sort of
conversation.
basic conversation, and this app's supposed to help with spelling. I think that's the tricky bit.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
I think the
Gotcha.
spelling's a little
Gotcha,
bit
gotcha,
tricky.
gotcha.
So, but it's nice that they're keeping these traditions and things going.
I think it
isn't
is. Yeah, it is.
So, our last story. Have to
Okay.
say, this comes from the United Kingdom again.
I liked, sorry, but I liked the frog up better.
The frog ID.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
frog idea.
Yes.
That was, I mean, come on.
Well, there's, I think I said 250 species of frogs, and they're pretty sure, the Australians, they're going to find some more.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
the
sure they
purpose
will.
of the app, I think. But you never know, the Cornish app might take off, and many
Yeah,
people
cool.
around the world might suddenly start speaking Cornish.
Maybe they might find more Cornish people.
Yeah.
Yes, they
With the
might.
app.
Great county.
Yeah.
Beautiful coastlines and
beautiful,
beaches.
yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic. Absolutely, yeah. Right, well, anyway, the other story is from United Kingdom, and it's a bit of a long one, this, but gosh, I had a laugh when I was compiling it yesterday. And, of course, you've guessed it, it's Friday night, and what do we like to talk about here on Nightshift Live from Corfu? Food, yes,
Food,
it's
listen.
food
Oh,
again.
it's off again.
There's food.
I know, I'm
Oh.
obviously hungry, aren't I?
We
ladies
have the
and
wrong program.
sorry.
We should have done a cooking program.
Should have done.
No, not really. Wouldn't want my cooking, good heavens, no. Oh, I don't know, I make a mean chilli sometimes. I saw that. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, getting a bit carried away here. Yes, cool.
Red-handed.
I jest.
Well, I'm sure you do, I know. And this is now a story about, I said about food, but it's actually also about a shed.
Okay, we love sheds.
We love sheds, don't we? Down a shed. And the shed in question is Dulwich in London. That's what they say in south of England. They go, down the shed, it's down the shed. You know, that's what they say.
All right.
So I believe. Anyway, and it's actually about the shed at Dulwich.
The shed of sheds.
Yes, and this, would you believe, became London's hottest new dining venue, thanks to a staggering 83 reviews on the website TripAdvisor.
Okay.
The problem is they were all fake.
Oh.
Now, this was all the brainchild, rather cheeky, naughty brainchild of a journalist come writer called Uber Butler. What a lovely name, Uber. Mr. Butler, you got a fabulous name, I'll tell you that. Anyway, he took 6 months to create this online first-class reputation of this phony restaurant with the help of his friends, whilst all the time it was just, in fact, a humble garden shed. They made a website. They engaged the services of a photographer to take close-ups of all the supposed food. But guess what? It wasn't real food they were using. They were using shaving foam, bleach, and even the sole of Mr. Butler's foot. The website, all beautifully laid out and functioning perfectly well. Obviously not done by Web Madness, who make fantastic websites, but it was done to a good standard. And the website read this: an appointment-only restaurant located in South London. The Shed has been operating privately for years. In 2017, it decided to open its doors. As of November this year, it was TripAdvisor's top-rated restaurant in London. Well, it was a fake restaurant, it was fake food, and they even bought a cheap mobile phone registering the number to the restaurant. But, interestingly enough, they refused to give the address because they said it was by appointment only, thus creating this upmarket cachet.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Amazing. That's really
Well, it
funny.
is amazing, yes, right. I should point out, well, I know I'll say that in a minute. TripAdvisor did make a reply, and I really must give them fair hearing, so
Yes.
I'll say that in a minute. But would you believe even the local council got fooled by this, and they suggested Mr. Butler should move his upmarket diner to another location, namely Bromley in Kent. I don't know why Bromley in Kent, but that's the local council for you. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway,
What,
interestingly...
just the shed?
No, the restaurant. Well, the shed and the restaurant, I suppose.
Right, okay.
Okay, yeah. Interestingly, the man behind this fake high-class eatery, Mr. Butler, he started out by writing fake restaurant reviews, and he earned £10 a pop, would you believe? All about boosting the rankings of business. I won't tell you the name of the firm that he worked for, because that's not right.
Okay.
Anyway, the fake shed even fooled... This is the best bit. Oh, dear. He even fooled the food critic of the Guardian newspaper.
No!
Yes, who tweeted, and I quote, "At last, a restaurant that recognises food is all about mood. Of all the shed-based eating experiences out there, are there really that many? Anyway, this one sounds like the best, or at least the second best. I have my own shed, and I'm keen to try contemplation." So this Guardian food critic has their own shed, yes, restaurant, would you believe? And what they mean by contemplation, this is the mood bit, that Mr. Butler named his foods after moods, right? And in case you want to know, one of them was called empathetic, and that, according to the menu, was vegan clams in a clear broth with parsnips, carrots, celery and potatoes, served with rye crisps. Not sure. Anyway, other dishes were entitled, the contemplation obviously, comfort. Don't quite know what that was, and here's one that I dread to think what was, lust. Ooh. I don't know what that was all about.
Okay.
But
maybe
anyway,
that was the sole of his foot.
Maybe. Mr. Butler just couldn't believe, really. I mean, he was doing it with a smile on his face, really. He just couldn't believe that people were actually thinking...
gullible?
Yes, exactly. And what really tickled him was that people were actually looking at photos of the sole of his foot and drooling. I mean...
I find that ridiculous.
Who drools over feet?
Well...
Oh, you can have foot vegetables, I suppose. But the combination of drooling over the sole of the foot, as in you're going to eat it, I don't know, that's something a bit different,
That's
isn't it?
weird, isn't it?
It is a bit, really, yes. So, all this made the Shed at Dulwich the #1 restaurant on TripAdvisor. And would you believe he actually held an opening party? Guests were invited, and here they weren't served fake food. They were actually served... I mean, this is the funny bit. They were served microwave meals from a local discount supermarket, which he made to look like haute cuisine. And he even claimed the guests enjoyed themselves so much, and one pair even asked if they could book again. I mean, it's extraordinary.
That's
You couldn't make it up, could you?
Brilliant.
No.
He bought cheap chairs and had them all sat outside. Incredible. And it made him London's #1 eatery. Now, I think that's almost like an April Fool's joke, isn't
That
it?
is. That's almost like a spaghetti treat.
Yeah. In fairness to TripAdvisor, I really must point out what they said here. They said, the only people who create fake restaurant listings are journalists. So... there we go. And they go on to say there is no incentive for anyone in the real world to create a fake restaurant. It is not a problem we experience. Therefore, this test is not a real-world example. And they went on to say that they use state-of-the-art technology to combat fraudsters trying to influence the ratings of real businesses, and the difference between reviews from real customers and fake customers tends to show which ratings are real. Now, that's what TripAdvisor says.
Okay.
I think they must be a bit embarrassed by the Shed at Dulwich.
I would have thought so, yes.
And that does beg the question, how many of these reviews on TripAdvisor are actually genuine? Or they
Yes,
actually
that's
reflect
true.
what they're saying. I remember a time when I was in a certain budget hotel in the New Forest, and a friend that was with me at the time, we booked 3 rooms because there were 3 of us. They quickly looked on with TripAdvisor, and one of the comments said, whatever you do, don't book room 13. And I didn't realise that at the time, and they were short of rooms anyway. And we went upstairs, got my key out, looked on the number, and it was 13. I thought, oh, no, trust me, because he'd said this as we were going upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
I go in the room, And it's absolutely perfect. There was nothing wrong with that room whatsoever. So I said, here, Nick, let me have a look at this review. And the review was terrible. It was saying the room was damp and dirty and disgusting and you cannot stay in that room at any cost. Yeah. Well, whoever wrote that must need to go to a certain opticians because they were obviously blind.
Maybe the hotel had taken that into account and actually done something.
They must have done a very quick paint job because the review was only 2 days before and there was no evidence of any paintwork or decorating being done. So
or maybe they were looking for a freebie.
Maybe they were. But anyway, the budget hotel had a very nice room 13.
Okay, great. Well, that's good.
But I don't know about you. I don't think I'm going to eat in that shed, do you?
No, I don't think so.
Do you think so, Thomas?
What, eating in the shade?
Yeah.
Nah, no, okay, depends what the food is, yeah?
Yeah,
so I have to be honest, if the cuisine is fine, I don't have a problem with it, why not? I don't care, as long as the food is good, I don't care where I eat it.
Shaving foam and a sole of a foot.
That was just for the fancy brochure. And that's the extraordinary thing that amazed Mr. Butler behind this. I mean, he was trying to prove, we got away with it, but I think he was trying to prove perhaps the gullibility of people. And isn't it a story that reminds you of the Emperor's New Clothes, doesn't it? A bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
It does rather. I'd like to meet the couple that want to go back there again because they had their budget meal from a supermarket. Oh, bless them.
Dear.
And probably paid 30, 40 quid a head.
That makes you wonder, doesn't it?
That's the thing,
brilliant,
Yeah.
Microwave meal that cost you maybe 99p, and then you charge 30 quid for it. Great.
Well, it was all in the presentation, you see. They all that fancy jus and stuff.
Yeah. Amazing.
It is rather, isn't it?
I agree with the TripAdvisor thing, though. That you're never quite sure on TripAdvisor whether it's a genuine review or maybe it's true, yes. It's somebody trying to get back at the hotel or something.
Yeah, there's always that, isn't there? So I suppose if you read any reviews, you've got a little bit of caution there, really, isn't it?
A little bit, I suppose.
A bit like those travel guides. Because I remember reading one from some book somewhere about some country that I was in, and it said terrible things about this place, wherever I was, and it wasn't like that at all. It was a great place. So, don't be put off, ladies and gentlemen, and certainly never be put off by coming to Corfu, because it's fantastic. Isn't that right, Thomas?
Definitely. See, I love how he asks me always.
I know.
Is that all right?
Well,
brilliant, mate.
Always looking for a bit of backup, as it were. Otherwise, don't take my word for it. Obviously, the more the merrier.
Go for it. Go for it. Don't hold back.
I know.
I mean, you come up with stuff.
I know.
It's brilliant. An app for talking and for frogs.
Yes.
Sheds as restaurants. What's next?
I don't know.
I don't know. I have to tune in on Monday night's edition of Nightshift live from Corfu. It's great being here, though, ladies and gentlemen. It's always wonderful to be talking to you from Corfu because we love this place, as you know by now. So I'll keep my mouth quiet and move it over to Thomas.
What I always do me, so it's just...
Yeah, I noticed.
No, it's all right. It's brilliant. So if you have any questions... Or you hear something and say, oh, I know the answer. Don't hesitate. It's on the bottom of the screen at the moment. Email us at nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com or send us a message via Skype or Facebook, StudioKerkyra, of course, or go onto our website, have a look there, send us a email from the website, inbox@StudioKerkyra.com, and this is www.StudioKerkyra.com. No, I think I'm right saying that.
Yes.
Guys. Oh, good. No, cool. That's everything you found today, Adrian.
I'm afraid so, yes.
No, don't be afraid. It's
I love
brilliant.
the thing about the shed, though. That's
The
great.
shed's great,
shed
isn't
is
it?
for
I
sure
did
great,
laugh
man.
when I was reading that.
There's so many things that happen in sheds.
Oh, absolutely.
People have done cinemas, for instance.
Yes, that's one of the smallest cinemas in the shed, isn't it?
It's got like about 2 or 3 seats, I think it is.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You
But
can sit
it's
there
all
and
right.
watch a film in surround sound and everything.
A man in Suffolk a few years ago in England, in his garden shed, he built a rocket. And I think he's in the Guinness Book of Records for this rocket travelling the furthest into space that wasn't anything to do with NASA or anyone like that.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty impressive, isn't it? On sugar.
On sugar?
On sugar.
sugar.
Yes, I seem to remember, Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
few
now
years
why
back
not,
now.
yeah?
Wow.
Why not? On
Well, the
sugar.
Brazilians use sugar for the buses, don't they? And fuel and all that. Ethanol, I think.
Oh, I
from
see.
sugar
Oh,
cane.
yes, of course. Yeah.
Brazil, it's very green and friendly, long before many other countries became green and friendly. Well, always friendly, but, environmentally friendly, that's what I mean.
Roald Dahl used to write in his shed.
Oh, did he? Oh, he penned some classics there, do you think?
He did.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
He did.
Did he really? In his shed?
In his shed.
Wow.
But it's now, I think it's a museum. I think it's might have been acquired by National Heritage, might be.
Okay, jolly good.
The most expensive shed in the country.
Probably. Although there was somewhere else. There was somewhere else that had a shed for sale, and it was on a. I think I'm right in saying it was a seafront or something like that.
Oh yes, I know, beach hut type of thing.
Yeah, like a beach hut, but it was actually a shed.
Oh, the Bournemouth ones are. They're very pretty colours, but yeah.
But yeah, it went for a huge amount of money. Even garages go for.
Unbelievable.
Yes, in London,
Yeah, in London especially.
Yeah, I believe garages in London are rare, aren't they?
But it's just the space really that you have.
But why we talk about shed? I mean, most of the great inventions came out of shed.
Yeah, I was going to say Dyson.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, and one
Mr. Dyson.
Lord now.
Yeah.
Oh, is he Lord
Oh,
Dyson?
Lord
Dyson, of course. After so much cleanup he done, he must be lowered, man. Yeah, Dyson. What is he? Yeah, and he given up. Even I think his wife left him before he succeeded. Not long before he succeeded.
Not long before he succeeded. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oops.
that's wrong move.
Oops.
Oops. But otherwise, look what we're doing today. Computers. Bill Gates. He started Microsoft, the software in a shed.
Yes.
So a lot of great inventions started off in a shed.
Good
That's
for
true,
sheds.
actually.
Yeah, let's hear it for sheds.
Yeah.
Have you got a shed? No.
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 Two Sheds Jackson.
That's a sketch from Monty Python, isn't it? Yes, I
haven't
remember.
got two sheds.
No, I haven't got a shed. Not here.
No.
Not here. Now we know your shed.
Yeah, we know your shed.
Not everybody knows your shed. Everybody knows your shed.
I miss sheds. I like sheds, actually.
Do you?
Yes.
Have you got like a little affinity to sheds?
I have in the past when I've been lucky enough to have one or two, yes.
Yeah, so
Quite handy. Store those garden machinery and bits and pieces in.
Yeah.
Not that I do a lot of gardening, but...
I was going to say, you have gardening equipment.
Well, I did have in the past. Yes, I did. When I lived in Devon, for instance.
For this shed restaurant, did they use like garden implements? You have a trowel and
a pitchfork.
and a fork. That'd be brilliant.
So we're talking about sheds. I can't believe we're talking about sheds. So if you out there have a shed fetish, write to us Nightshift at StudioKerkyra.com and tell us all about it.
If you do have a shed fetish, send us a picture.
Yeah. See,
of you and your shed.
See, I didn't want to take it too far, but why not?
I don't know. Sorry.
It's Friday night.
So, yeah, it's a complete new program. People and their sheds. But what we talk, there's also beautiful sheds on this island.
I'm sure there are lots. I haven't seen... I have actually.
I have seen some nice sheds.
Yes, I have as well. Yes, lovely sheds in Corfu. So if you're into sheds, come over to Corfu. Any excuse to get them over.
If
you like sheds, come to Corfu.
Well, there's quite a few to look at.
I don't know what there's. Yeah, there's some nice sheds.
Oh dear.
Okay, so we carry on now. Should we just... We're talking about sheds.
Yes.
It's getting better from day to day, so don't miss Monday's episode of Nightshift. Let's see this.
We promise we won't be talking about sheds. I can't make the same promise about food, though.
No, but we should at least do the app of the day.
Yes, we should, shouldn't we?
I mean, this is hilarious.
How to find a good shed?
Yeah, how to find a good shed.
There's an app. If you make apps, that's a good one for you. Oh, how to find a good shed?
How to find a good shed? Yeah.
Great stuff.
What to look out for when you buy a shed? Okay, guys, let's move on. I think.
Oh,
okay, we talked enough about sheds.
No more sheds.
No more sheds.
I cannot believe that we talked about shed. Okay, why not? I mean, we open to anything. Yeah.
No limits on this program. No.
Sorry, but okay, let's carry on just to get away from the shed. Let's go on to that one. The Traveler's Guide to 50 Corfu Villages by Steve Ford. So if you want now, there's no shades in that one. But you can
I think
catch
I can
up.
see a shed.
You can see a
I
shed.
can see
Probably
one
there's
from here.
somewhere a shed in the picture. But if you wanna look through. See, you've thrown me off with your shades, man.
Sorry.
But it's all right. The Traveler's Guide to 50 Corfu Villages. If you're looking for a brilliant Christmas present for someone he's already or lives on this island, or thinks of coming to Corfu for holiday, or you thinking coming of Corfu onto Corfu for holiday, he's still laughing over the mud sheds. It's the Traveler's Guide to 50 Corfu Villages, or the history of the 50 Corfu Villages. There is 3 books out of it, and the reason we plugged it so heavily is every penny from the sale of this book is going to charity. And so have a look on to www.corfuvillages.eu and have a look through. It's a fantastic book if you really come to this island. I think it's worth buying and going. There's some places in there you don't find in travel guides.
Yeah, I think it's great that all the money goes to charity. That's a real thing.
Exactly, that's something
It's wonderful.
Especially at Christmas.
Yeah.
Come on.
Makes a good Christmas present.
Makes a
Stocking
good Christmas
filler, as you
present,
said.
yeah.
Exactly. Well done, Steve.
Well done, Steve. We're brilliant. So, I'm still with his
I
sheds.
bet Steve's got a shed or two, hasn't he? He's
man.
got a shed or two, I reckon,
Oh.
Steve, have
Well,
you
I
got
had
a
to
shed?
ask, didn't I? Come on, you know.
I can't believe it. His shed. So,
Not talking about sheds anymore. Let's
yeah,
get serious.
seriously
Very
now,
serious.
because he started, I would love to know how many put on their Christmas list onto Santa Claus. I would like to have a shed.
There must be someone, I'm sure, who'd want a shed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
a young couple just moved into a house on a housing estate with gardens and all that, and he's got all these tools and toys and goodness knows what for the children and nowhere to put them.
Yeah.
He'd be dying for a shed, I'm sure. Some people use a shed to have a crafty cigarette, don't they? Or maybe a crafty quick swifter.
Big
Yeah. They do?
See,
No. I'm not
that's how this is.
disagreeing with it.
You
This
just
is a
have an
completely
astonished
different
look on your
episode.
face,
This
that's
is
all.
I'm just astonished that we're still talking
Talking
about
Oh, I
sheds,
see,
yeah.
right. Oh,
and shed stories. This is a complete different thing, you know.
No, we ought to move on.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
I really have a frog in my thing again.
You need an app for that.
That one, yeah.
An app will find my shed, yes.
But, yeah.
Find a frog in his throat.
Now let's carry on. It is
Anyway.
all about Corfu, this beautiful island. If you're interested to know anything, you have questions about Corfu, don't hesitate, write into us,
Yes.
Nightshift at StudioKerkyra.com, or contact us via social media. We on nearly all the platforms available out there under username StudioKerkyra. And that brings me on to our next part, and this is the question and answers about Corfu.
Yes.
So, and today we're making it a little bit more interesting because you guys have no clue what came in.
Nope.
This always terrifies me, this little bit of the program, you know, Thomas.
Terrifies me. No,
does.
you ease through that because you know about the island. We know we love this island, so it's for us it's not a problem to answer. We don't know, we ask our Greek friends.
Well, absolutely, and
Simple.
they do help us. They're wonderful.
So if we don't know on the show the answer to your question, don't worry. We have Greek friends who can give us the answer. And we start off with the first. And the first is, that will make you smile, is about siesta time. Is that still in fact in the winter from 2 till 5? And how
Excuse me.
how
you caught me
enforced
there.
is it? Is all right? I got him again, didn't I?
Oh, you did, yeah. Having a little coffee slurp. Yes, siesta does happen here,
Yes.
and many of the main businesses in town definitely close at about 2 or 2:30, and they open again usually about 6, some at 5:30. Things like mobile telephone shops, for instance, all close. Not every business close. I mean, some of the big electrical retailers don't. Well, one doesn't, but a lot of the shops do. And I think it's because people are used to getting up early here, and you know they have to have a little break in the middle of the day, as it were. I think it probably comes from the summer because it gets so incredibly hot here that I think actually it wipes you out. If you're toiling hard in the fields early in the morning and it comes to the midday sun, you really kind of need a bit of a break. We were lucky, I should say. We're not moaning. We had about 2 weeks in the summer, just gone, when temperature was averaging about 38. I mean, that's lovely if you're on holiday, but if you're having to do a full day's work in the fields particularly, that's a hard task.
But does it still occur during the winter? Is that's what the question
Question
was?
is if it's all year. No, it is an effect all year.
Yes,
of course
yes,
it is.
it's
You
a
have
year,
to think
isn't it? Yes.
not just of the summertime. Yeah, I agree with you, Aid. Afternoon it is very hot to work in this heat. It's crazy. But you know how the shops are open here. They're the same as in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afternoon they closed and they start at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, and most they start 7, they finish at 3 in the afternoon, 2 or 3 in the afternoon, go home and have a kip. No, it's important.
Yeah, but then
give
in the
them
evening
some
when
time,
they
so-
all open up again, it's lovely between 7, shall we say, in the evening and 9 o'clock when it's all hustle and bustle and it's all going on.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's rather good,
Yeah.
that.
So now, and this is really you should, if you're on holiday or if you live on this island, I think you should respect that.
Yeah, definitely.
After a while, we are very involved with the Greek community here, so we're going a little bit with Greek time here, and you need that in the afternoon, especially when you're up in the summer, they're up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So they stop in the afternoon, so of course they're laying down for a couple of hours to refresh and then go into the evening. And in the winter is more or less the same.
Yes.
But this is for the worker who work all year round. When they come home after 2, 3 o'clock, they can have a little bit of peace for a couple of hours to recharge the batteries. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Yes. Now please take that serious. That's showing respect.
Yes. It's the old saying, isn't it? When in Rome, do as the Romans.
Yes.
That's what they say.
I suppose.
Well, we're not in Rome.
No, we're not in Rome.
We're in lovely Corfu.
Yeah,
So,
on a beautiful
do what
island.
the lovely Corfians do.
Yes.
And they are lovely people, ladies and gentlemen. You'd love them if you came over.
Listen, but you right, he's right, you can't say anything.
No, of course
It's really, you go out here and you have smiles, you have, people are really, everybody is friendly and nobody's holding back. I think it's how it should be.
Exactly. And Thomas, I absolutely firmly believe that it's precisely because the Corfit people are so friendly and smiley and happy and positive that we, us three, are sitting here in this studio. We are able to be jolly and upbeat and happy because the people around us make us happy.
Exactly.
I really
True.
believe that. I'm
Very true.
being serious now.
Definitely, yeah, and there we give a quick shout out because we have a lot of Greek friends.
Oh, indeed.
And we get our coffee, of course, and here the picture comes. And here is the Café Polygame.
Hooray!
Hey, we say Christophilus and Panayotis.
Yeah, this
Eleftheria,
gentleman
everybody,
is
hello.
so good. We had free
Oh,
coffees
fantastic.
today. Oh, thank you so much. Fantastic. Can I just say something else, Thomas, about
Yeah, of
this
course,
great
of
guy
course,
in the red coffee shop? I call it the red coffee shop. It's red chairs, actually.
Café Polygame.
But, I mean, we're lucky here. I mean, gosh, it's actually a coffee drinker's paradise, Akispateris, because we just walk out the door of the studio and we're festooned with a choice of coffee shops. There's about 5 or 6 right in front of us, practically. Well, this red one is just one of those, and they're all great. They're all lovely. They all have their different characters and flavours. But the red one, the gentleman there, who's the proprietor, I think, he did us a big favour, didn't he, Thomas, a year ago when we were doing that short film, because he provided the crockery for the set. Look, thank you very much, Mr. Cafe owner.
And now you love that. What you said to me once, when you have a little bit homesick, going in there feels like London.
Yes, that's right, because he's got lots of things that remind you of London, and I did feel at home there, yes, actually. I love London, by the way. Of course I love you, but I still have a soft spot for London, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Of course, he's born there, so why not?
And Athens, of course, great
Athens,
city.
yeah.
Nothing wrong with Athens.
But our coffee Polygame. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Smashing coffee.
Yes, thank
It was
you very
very
much.
nice, actually. Mine was
yeah.
perfect.
Nice. And have you still got your little chocolate?
Oh,
Or
and thank you for
have-
the chocolates. Yes, no, I'm saving mine for later, Thomas.
Ah, you're saving
thank you
yours.
very much.
No.
Cheers. I did have a little biscuit. That was rather jolly.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good.
Excellent. Okay. Question and answers, Corfu. Let's carry on with that one. So, Corfu events. People are asking where to find out Corfu, also events on Corfu. They're having a hard time of finding out. Okay, there's a couple of different outlets. One is the Corfu Wall.
That's right, yep.
.gr,
yes.
yeah, and the other one is Corfu Land.
Corfu Land, yeah, they do
.gr, but generally now, when you search on the internet, to be honest, when you search on the internet a little bit, you can find these websites. I mean, the Corfu Land is a little bit, because that one is in Greek.
It is in Greek,
And
yes.
there is no English translation for Corfu Land.
No, but if you can use Google Translate to translate.
To translate that over.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, a internet
Internet
yeah,
provider,
that
search
big-
engine provider
search
to translate
engine,
it, like Google.
like Google.
Okay.
There are others available.
There are indeed. Bing. Let's have a Bing.
Okay.
Have a Bing. Yahoo!
But you can actually translate. You can actually translate the page.
The page, so it's okay. But on the Corfu wall, corfuvol.gr, you got an English option.
They have an English option on
that one.
Wall, yes.
So perfect. So here's your answer. Wow, huh?
Yep.
We actually answered something proper.
Great.
Great. But this is
actually they have. There are lots of events that they have on there.
It's a lot of events
every day.
And I think we will go and hook up with these guys. We're going to have a meeting with them and utilize that, and maybe we can establish a little bit of a collaboration, and the events they have on, they can pass on, so we can show them to you.
Yes.
That would be
update
great, wouldn't
that.
it?
I think would be seeing. So this is how the show will progress now. So slowly, it's the third week. I can't believe it's 3 weeks, episode 15 already. Thank you guys for all your support. I think it's brilliant.
Absolutely.
But the show will grow. We will put in a few more elements in it.
It's evolving all the time.
Exactly. So
It's a very fluid situation.
and we will grow. We will get more elements in, and one is for sure the full-blown event element.
Yes.
So we have to talk with a few promoters and get them used
Exactly.
to pushing us the information over. Simple. Okay, excellent. We answered this. Going back, I got from Steve Ford. Hello, Steve. Thanks for watching again.
Steve.
Hi, Steve.
I got the answer about the gyros. What we were talking.
Yes.
Yeah. And they said they want to outlaw that. That's only for the pre-manufactured. When you know what I'm talking.
Yes.
Now what they add, they put some
leg.
the elephant legs, the pre-manufactured elephant legs,
Oh.
because of the additives what they put in and the water. So this is what they're talking about.
Yeah. So not the.
Not the typically what
It's the good quality
Flacher's
stuff.
Grillhouse
Yeah,
next
yeah,
door makes. He makes it himself.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're not talking about that.
Good. Good.
So
We're
we
not
will
talking
get
about
our
that.
gyros.
It's basically the ones that are really manufactured.
Yeah.
The ones that are basically pulped
Pulped up.
and then
it's
put into a shape.
exactly. Yeah.
Right,
And
good.
the additives and
Yeah,
the
they
water
put loads of
additive.
stuff
This
into
is,
them.
and I find that that's all right. So Steve, thank you very much for
Thanks.
that answer. We got that one right. Wow. And every time I look down on my notes, the first word is I see
Food.
shed.
Shed.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. Okay, and another question. This is another good question. I nearly couldn't read my own handwriting. There's a question what came in not long ago, so I just put it down. And okay, when we come for winter tourism, question about winter tourism now.
Yes.
And it's okay if we decide to visit this winter this island in the winter, what do you guys recommend we should pack on clothing?
Oh,
It's a
come
good
with
one.
warm things, I would.
That's a good one. I mean, it
Yeah.
depends when you come. When you come in October, it's still all right
not
with the
too bad,
temperature.
yeah.
But you go into November, December, January, it can get chilly at night.
Yeah, it is definitely.
Definitely, yeah. So I would jumper
Because
and check it
It
for
is.
sure.
It's definitely because you get really beautiful days. So the day will be lovely. It'll be beautiful. Not a
Beautiful,
cloud
so-
in the sky. Blue skies. Lots of sunshine. And then of course at night
Clear skies.
you've got clear skies.
Yeah.
So then it gets very cold.
And it comes down, the temperature comes,
Yeah.
of course. So I would. What Englishman recommendation is? Bring the same as what you use at home.
Yes, I would think so. I don't think Corfu is quite so cold as some parts of
No,
the UK.
No.
But it can get a little bit chilly. I mean, 4s or 5s in December or January are not uncommon, are they?
No, definitely not. You have some 4,
So
some 5.
if you brought an overcoat out with you on the plane or something, and then packed a few woolies or something and body warmers, I mean, mind you, there's a lot of shops here that sell these things, so
Yes,
you
yes.
could always buy one when you get here. You
Definitely.
don't be too overweight
No.
with the luggage.
But yeah, I mean it's beautiful. As I say, it's beautiful during the day. But clear
fabulous.
skies, then you get a really the temperature drops at night.
Yeah, man, like today. Today I sat outside and I had just a t-shirt and the light jacket on when I
Yeah.
drank my coffee. And I would have been able to take my jacket off and just sit in the sun with the t-shirt.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start moving around, then you feel a little bit. But it's during the day. It's sunny.
Yeah.
It's not. And funny enough, when it's raining, it gets warmer.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
No,
I
now
think that's the cloud cover.
That's the cloud cover. What
Yeah,
keeps
yeah.
and it's
Keeps them
it's
all
strange, but no, we get next week. We're up again at the 17.
That's great, isn't it?
That's
For
good.
December.
Yeah,
That's
it
for
is.
December. Yeah, goes to Christmas, and we're up to 17.
Do you know,
Next
I've
week.
got some little white flowers that have suddenly blossomed, and they look like daffodils.
Do
I
they?
took a photograph and put it on Twitter just for the hell of it. But yes, I mean, they're probably not daffodils, but it does look like spring's come early. I mean, extraordinary. And here we are in December.
Amazing.
It is rather, isn't it?
No, it's a beautiful island. It's all year round, a fantastic island. So rather take a little bit more than you think, because you can always take off.
Yes. Yeah.
But if you have nothing to put on, that's a problem. No?
Yeah.
Good advice.
It's
Thomas,
good.
yeah.
But no, don't. And this umbrella, yeah, for occasional thing. But it's the beauty also when it rains. Here, it's beautiful.
Yes.
Yes,
And
it
that's what
is. It's
struck
very
me, you know?
dramatic.
Yeah, it's.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you told me about the lightning storm you saw. It's
Yeah.
spectacular for you.
Yeah. Amazing.
It's but
I keep thinking of Adrian and his having 3 storms around at
Yes,
the
that
same
was
time.
unbelievably dramatic. And now looking back, I wished I had have recorded it on the phone, but I didn't want to get it wet. And I would have done. I'd have got very wet, actually.
Yeah.
But it was quite extraordinary. I've never seen a storm like it.
So, do you know what you needed then?
No.
A shed.
Of course, he's right.
he needs a
You
shed.
could have taken the pictures from the shed.
Yeah, for your
Well, providing I had
for your
windows in
for
it,
your
of course,
phone.
Yeah.
Get the shed for your
Get a shed,
phone.
get a shed for your phone.
Yes, okay. Well, what a good
Shed phone.
idea.
Oh my God, I'm
Phone
so
shed.
happy the first half is over. But okay,
We
that's
promise we won't talk about sheds in the second half.
anyone. No.
I'm not promising anything.
Oh.
Oh, no. Okay, that was question and answer. Corfu, das war all at the moment. If there's any more coming in, I will try to throw it in throughout the show. But we have to go. And okay, and that's the first part done for us, guys.
Wow.
So the first part of the show. Thank you. We're going on a break for a couple of minutes, and we will be back soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
And here we go, welcome back. Oop, and the echoing is going on. No, it's not going on, we stopped it. Excellent. Welcome back for a second part of our show, Nightshift, Monday to Friday, 10 till midnight. And with me is Adrian Marvell and Wayne Fenton.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. And no talking about sheds, yeah?
Nope.
Sheds are off the menu.
Sheds are off the menu.
Very good. Very good.
Oh, that's a nice one. Good one, man.
So I'd sneak it in there. Well, it is Friday night, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Let our hairs down, sort of thing.
There's
I've got plenty of hair to let down, mind you. I'm surprised we haven't had any complaints about my hair, let alone my shirts.
We will now.
Oh, right, okay. Bring them on in.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Okay, guys, let's go. Okay, this was all on question and answers. Corfu, I got one more in, but I come to this one a little bit later.
Okay.
Okay,
Great.
because this has to do with us. There's people asking questions about us.
Okay.
So we'll see if we got time for that. No, of course we got time for that,
of course.
and we fit that in. But there's another one because they're talking about the daily moan, and we said we don't want to moan all the time, but sometimes you have to. And now I got one in, what is very serious actually.
Okay.
What's very serious? If we could help out there at the moment, big problem with animals being dropped off in different locations in plastic bags and. Earlier today there is just somebody writing, when you look on the grapevine, a woman got caught doing it, and one of the ex-bags went out and took pictures of the woman.
Good grief.
And they confronted her, but she didn't give an answer. And when they opened them, and they said, "This was lucky that this, I think it's for cats.
Yeah.
Lucky these cats didn't suffocate in the plastic bag,
how
in black
terrible.
bags." So okay, there's just going on. So it's sadly enough, it becomes very common now. I can see that, and when you look for the grapevine and other groups on Facebook, you can see the help is really needed. And for that one, there's a couple of organizations on the island.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, don't just drop them off in a bag. I mean, you know, if you don't want the animals, then take them to a care.
Kennels or
Exact
somewhere,
kennels
or
or,
go to the vet
some
or
sort-
what, you know, and
yes.
ask, I can't take care of that animal anymore, I have a problem, so what can I, but don't, it's really...
can't understand that. I'm afraid. Sorry, as
No.
an animal lover.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we have to get somebody in.
It is
From one of the organizations here on the island, but there's a few organizations like here, the ARC, there since 1997. The ARC is supporting and helping stray animals on the island. So go onto the website www.corfuanimalwelfare.com. You get all the information you need, and they're also looking for help. So they're looking for people who foster animals,
Yes.
as example. They're looking until they find a new home. They're also looking for people who foster injured animals. So when they fit, they can go back to the organization and they can look for a new forever home for these animals. It's quite sad when you look at through the posts now. It's actually getting worse, and I think this must have something to do with the financial situation here.
Maybe.
Possibly.
So people think, well, I heard it from somebody who said, okay, I want to go, but the vets are so expensive. I cannot afford that.
That is true, but Thomas and I have got experience of a vet locally who actually is very reasonable, isn't he, Thomas?
Definitely. Yeah. This vet in Moretica. I was very surprised when we went down with my dog Lucky.
Yeah.
Yes.
She had
She was
cancer
lucky.
growth. She was lucky, yeah, she was really lucky. Cancer growth, and these were really big. So, and you know, I thought, my wife thought, okay, now it doesn't look good.
No.
But the guys did not give up, did they?
No, he's very good. Well, they all are, actually.
wow.
There's quite a lot of veterinary surgeons on the island, which is strange, isn't it? Because I've seen a lot of
yeah.
vets, but there's still an awful lot of animals that just get dumped by the roadside. I know a bloke who lives in the middle of the island somewhere, I won't say where or who, and he's been plagued with the problem now for about a couple of years. He lives, I won't say remote, but it's down a lane and there are not many houses about, and cars just go down the lane, stop, turf out dogs and cats and disappear. He and his wife have to do exactly what you're saying, Thomas, go and find an animal rescue place. So I think the problem it's not just happening now, it has gone on for a year or so, despite the good efforts of all these wonderful animal centres.
Definitely, yeah. And this is there is no way in my 21st century that you just put an animal in, do a plastic bag and throw them on a rubbish bin or set them out somewhere.
Dear.
It's ridiculous. I mean, this is how I found my 2 little girls,
That's right.
Ah, yes.
Tia and Lexa.
Yes.
They were found in a plastic bag and they were 5 weeks old. Now we got them now for the last 3 years, and what lovely dogs, what
they're
happy
beautiful.
and funny dogs these are.
They
you know.
certainly are.
They have a lot of character, those.
They have, yeah, it's the thing. And the other I got down in the end of my garden, the other rescue dog, Nikos.
Nikos.
Oh, yeah,
like
I know
Nikos.
you've fallen in love with
I
Nikos.
kind of fallen in
didn't
love
you?
with Nikos.
But we're looking for him for a forever home.
Mm.
No, and it's very difficult because when you see him, you saw him. Yeah?
Yes.
He looks at you and you think, oh, he's very aggressive just from his aggressive.
Yeah,
just-
he has this habit of kind of baring his teeth,
Oh, yeah.
which looks aggressive. It does look
Yeah.
aggressive when you first see him, but he's not. He's actually smiling.
Oh.
He's actually his
Really?
tail is going like
Oh,
crazy.
and he's smiling at
He's
you.
smiling
it's really,
at you. Yes.
He's a lovely dog. I
But
will
it
take some
looks-
pictures and we will put some pictures up. Let's see if somebody has the heart to take this dog. I mean, I play with him every day.
Yeah.
I play with him every day. We feed him, Claire and me. He's lovely. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's fun. You know, he
He's a
appreciates
funny dog.
every minute you spend with him. He appreciates.
Yeah.
And he's just a playful, lovely dog. You can have cuddles with him. He's, you know, when you see him, I was a little bit wary of him when I saw him first.
Yeah, same here. Same
Wow,
here. Because
no?
you do. You see the teeth and you go, that's not good. But then you look at his tail, and his tail is wagging away.
Yeah, the rest of his
crazy.
body shows you,
Yeah.
hey mate, I don't have a problem, I'm just hello. And he's really grinning with it. These are brilliant. It's these doggy danger things. You know
Yeah,
what
it's,
he
it's
does.
weird.
But
It is weird.
He's a fantastic dog. What a lovely dog he is. Wow, I really. So hopefully we can find the place. But it's a problem on the island. It's really a problem. And I think, just to mention it now, because we talk about that, and we have to talk about that sometimes, and we will invite we'll invite some people from the animal sanctuaries around
great.
the island who run
That'd be good.
establishments, and ask them, you know, maybe we can all together collaborate and push this whole thing forward. There's petitions what should be signed. We will investigate more and get these people involved, but it's also the tourists.
Yes.
Now they come here, they do holidays, especially with cats, and then they start feeding cats. Oh, how cute they are.
Yeah.
And they start feeding. But they don't think when they leave. What's happened when they leave? In these 2 weeks, 1, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, some are here. Of
Yes.
course, the animal gets used to you. You feed that animal. You're not doing anything good. Right, they leave, the season is over, and all of a sudden we got this problem with all these strays around. And they gather everywhere at the rubbish bins.
That's a good point. I remember
It's,
coming on the road from Pentati a few months ago, and there's a collection of bins, and a load of little kittens and cats live in that area. And I noticed this lady get out of a very posh sports car. And I mean, I'm sure she was thinking she was doing the right thing, but she was doing exactly what you've just said,
Yeah.
Thomas, feeding all the little cats and
Feeding the
kittens. And
things. I mean,
she was definitely a tourist, I think. I don't think she was a local.
yeah, and in their minds they think they do something good. Yes, because they're feeding an animal who has
Yeah.
nothing, no owner, no home. Yes, on one side, but on the other, is it not just better to look and get one of these animal shelters like or groups like the Ark, and go to them and say, hey guys, I found this, can you help? And give them a little bit of donation before you
leave.
That's
yeah.
a
Before
very
you
good
leave.
idea.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Instead of going out and buying food, contact one of these shelters and talk to them, and then leave a donation there, because they are here. They're looking after all year. They look after these animals.
That's right. Yeah.
There's volunteers going out to the different rubbish bins to collect them or even feed them.
Yes.
No? So yeah, there is a lot of things, but let's get somebody in who is working in this area on the island, and maybe the person can tell us a little bit more, and we can show when we collaborate. Maybe we can make a few changes.
Yes.
That would
Yeah.
be good, wouldn't it?
Definitely. So, but yeah, there's people are moaning about it. There's animals get just kicked out the door. That's a little bit heavy.
Oh, it's barbaric almost, isn't it, really?
I don't know how you can do that. You know, in a plastic bag and just
No, I don't know.
that.
I really
It is.
if it was me, I would take the animals to one of the shelters.
Yeah.
I'd have to.
No, yeah,
If
of
you can't
course.
look
yeah.
after them, then take them to a
Something,
shelter
yeah.
at least, and then
I mean, we in the 21st century go on to the social medias and put this in. Hey guys, I can't keep these cats here. If they have to stay another, I don't know what to do. They have to go. Or I got a problem, a genuine problem. No, and you can honestly say, hey guys, I'm not an animal person, but I got this animal problem. Is there anyone out there who can help me?
Yeah.
Just be honest and open and say how it is, and people will respond and will help without crucifying you for that.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it's not as people think. But we'll keep an eye on that one. And okay. Well, what else should we moan about that? I just don't want to. It's really saddening, you know.
No.
So, but thanks God, there is brilliant organizations out there like the Ark.
Yes.
Who do good stuff and support that. Cool. What brings us on now to the famous topic of the day.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And today, what did we say today? Topic of the day is what? Christmas presents.
Yes. What
The
was...
usefulness. So what?
Okay, so I wanted to know, basically, what was your worst Christmas present, or what is a bad Christmas present, and what's your best Christmas present?
And who's that question going to?
I'll open it up to, let's say, you first.
Me first.
Yeah.
Okay, worst Christmas present was a pair of socks a long time ago, but also, actually worse than that, was a pair of slippers. Incidentally, slippers have just been voted this year's most least desirable Christmas present in some survey in the UK, I think. But I had a pair of slippers given to me when I was about, 6 or 7 years of age. Which doesn't, nothing wrong with that, is there? But for some strange reason, my father didn't approve of me getting these slippers, and he went out the next day after Boxing Day and had to buy a pair of exactly the same slippers, which is a bit odd. I don't know, strange, but there you go. And I never felt quite right wearing them after that. I mean, obviously mine were a different size because I had smaller feet, but slippers and socks is the answer to the worst Christmas presents I had. As to the best Christmas present, I just 1 year from a very nice aunt, I had a great game from the manufacturer called MB Games, and it was Mousetrap.
Oh, I remember Mousetrap.
Yeah, that was great fun. You had to build all these funny things, and it was wonderful to watch the ball go down or whatever. Yeah. Hit the, I can't remember.
Seesaw. That was the one.
And then the thing would go down.
Yes. And there was a cheese at the end. I'm sure there was a nodule of cheese or something. Well, not real cheese, but...
I remember the guy diving off the diving board.
That's right. It was very ingenious. That's the point about it, wasn't it? It was great fun, yeah.
Nothing to do with the Agatha Christie play or anything?
No, I saw that though. World's longest running play. I can't remember I can't give it away because I can't remember any of it. But I went to see it in St Martin's Theatre, which was a small little theatre in the West End, but lovely nonetheless. And yes, I went as a youngster. I don't remember it, in all honesty. I don't think it was one of her best stories. No. I think Murder on the Orient Express is much more exciting. By the way, that's just been on the cinema here, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Yes, I missed it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Never mind. Catch it another time, hopefully.
Or maybe get it on one of the download.
Maybe, if I can. Maybe. If I can work that out.
If you can.
If I can, yes. I'll look into it, yes.
But so your best Christmas present was Mousetrap?
I think so, yes. Yes.
Okay.
That's my answer. What about you, Thomas?
Wow, my worst. I can't think, to be honest, I can't think of any the worst Christmas present. I really can't.
Maybe not your worst, but what would be the worst thing that you could possibly get, maybe?
I mean, the worst, what...
There's probably people out there listening going, what's he going to say? What's he going to say? What's he going to say?
Not the worst, maybe one thing what I remember, what was, I got that hand-knitted jumper from my auntie 1 year.
Oh, and yes.
It was 2 sizes too big.
Yes.
And they made me put it on, so she has a smile on her face, and I really looked like...
I think I can sympathise with that one. I think that was probably one of mine as well. Hand-knitted,
itchy,
and
exactly.
and you put it on and you go,
Oh, nice. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, I'm
That's
loving
such
it.
a lovely present.
Actually, I remember now. I had a jumper. I mean, friends at school that saw it. Well, not at school, but when they weren't at school, they called it the sick colour jersey.
Oh, nice.
It was knitted by Auntie Gwen, who's sadly no longer with us. But it was quite warm. But the colour of it was leaded a lot to the imagination. Really, it wasn't lots of bits of carrot. It was a funny cacophony of colours and shades. And
So
these people
70s
thought it
colours.
was,
70s colours, yeah?
yeah, I guess
60s?
so. There was a pink hue to it, which I didn't like, actually.
Right,
I'm not
okay.
very keen on the colour pink, to be honest. I mean, it's good on flowers and whatnot, but I'm not that keen, really. But anyway, people called it the sick colour jersey, and that kind of put me off wearing it, really.
Right. So knitted jumpers, I think.
Yeah, we can all agree on that
I
one,
think we
reckon.
can all agree on
Yeah,
that.
I think, that
Okay,
was, that's the only one I can remember,
I
really.
think I had a pair of mittens once that was knitted for me as well. That was like, ooh. I remember them being brown kind of mittens.
Mittens.
I think I had some green ones on string.
Yeah, do you remember those?
Yeah.
You used to have them in your
Yeah,
coat.
I had
so you
trouble
didn't
with
lose
them.
them.
That's right. I used to have trouble getting into them. They would drive me absolutely potty, quite frankly.
Oh, my God.
You run around with your mittens like, hey.
But we go into the jacket, no?
Yeah.
So
You don't
can't
lose your
lose them,
gloves.
no?
Used to be on a bit of elastic.
That's right. White, if I remember rightly. Could we all had the same pair, probably?
That your name in the
brilliant.
back of your coat.
Oh, yes, I had plenty of them.
So what was your
excellent.
best one then?
My best one.
Yeah.
My best one is easy. This always jumps in my head saying Christmas. This was the year I got a remote controlled 4x4 from my parents. Battery driven. No?
Wow.
And really was nice. I remember blue, had the roof rack on. Really a nice thing. I remember that because my parents regretted within 10 minutes buying that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why
I
is
tried the 4x4 over Swarovski crystal. Worked perfectly. Seriously.
But it does well.
It
does well
Oh,
over
it jumps
Swarovski
brilliantly.
crystal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it jumped. But my dad was collecting elephants.
Oh, yes.
Little some ornament elephants and so things. No? And he had also sort of Swarovski crystal cabinet.
Nice.
Yeah, and I managed to jump with this remote controlled car. Wow, straight into this cabinet where all the Swarovskis were in.
Oh, no.
So, but the 4x4 worked.
But it did.
That is one of my best present. Yeah, I love that 4x4.
Nice.
It was something, just one of the first remote controlled cars you were able to buy.
That's high tech, isn't it?
They
Really?
were brilliant.
In those days.
They were
It was
good.
superb.
Yeah.
Well, really, I mean, but the batteries, back then the batteries didn't last that long.
No, they didn't.
So you were able to play for 10-20 minutes and then you had to recharge the
That's
bugger.
right, yeah.
But it was I remember, great fun.
I was thinking you didn't have to recharge, you had to actually throw the things away and then get...
Yeah.
And
get
get,
a new
yeah,
one.
you're right, and get new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't until Duracell came along, wasn't it? They were good.
The bunny
Shouldn't be
batteries.
advertising, but
The bunnies.
The bunnies.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
actual Duracell batteries, when they came out, in England that is, it transformed battery life, I think.
It did.
Yeah, it did. So,
Yeah.
fair play, Duracell.
Well done.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Oh my God. Now,
I was
next
gonna
Christmas,
say-
what
I was
is
gonna say-
yours?
yeah, I
Because
was
you
gonna
know what?
say-
He thinks he's getting away with asking the question.
we-
Have you
we
noticed
forgot-
that? He wanted
to ask the
move
question,
on.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
okay.
we're not letting you
Come
move on. The
I-
next 10 minutes are yours.
The-
Now, what's your
I
worst?
think the worst. I think I have to go with the jumper. Actually, the jumper definitely. I do remember having a knitted jumper that was really bad. But the best one I had was an electric guitar.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Wow.
That really annoyed the neighbours, though. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you have an amplifier and all that?
Yes.
Gosh,
Had a little amp,
how amazing.
and then when I started playing, obviously, you get your electric guitar. You get your. It wasn't an expensive guitar. It was only a
A child's guitar, what?
No,
Electric?
no.
Or was a normal? Was a
It
normal
was
electric guitar
proper-
just from
proper
the
electric
cheaper
guitar.
stuff?
Yeah, it was just
but still electric guitar.
Yeah. It was a Marlin, I think it was, which is a
Yeah.
Fender Strat copy.
Copy.
Yeah. But
not
it had
bad.
it's got a whammy bar and everything.
Oh, whammy bar, what's
Yeah.
that? Pardon my ignorance.
Okay, whammy bar basically tightens the strings. So So you can move it.
Like Roy Kuda, is it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Sound is a name for it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that. It's a bluegrass. Is it bluegrass or something?
But it had the amplifier. But then I started collecting, as it was then, pedals for the guitar.
Okay.
So a friend of mine had a lovely old 1960s wah-wah pedal, which is amazing. This old 1967 wah-wah.
I've never heard anyone enthuse about pedals so much, Rain. It's great.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, carry on.
And then obviously I was into punk at the time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
I
obviously
wanted to
I had
ask
to have a
what
fuzz
direction.
box.
Yeah.
I had to have a fuzz box. And I think I got a phaser as well at one point, which is rather nice.
So you were quite, this was your best present.
Yeah, definitely.
So-
Yeah, I love playing my electric guitar.
So,
What sort of age were you then when you had that?
Oh, I suppose about 15, maybe.
Do you think that propelled you into following Jimi Hendrix, for instance? Because he was a man with a real guitar, wasn't he?
It's probably the reason I
Man
wanted the
with the
guitar in
real
the first
Yeah,
place.
that's what
actually.
I'm thinking.
yeah.
I was
Because
like,
you wanted
oh,
to be like Jimi
I
Hendrix.
did want to be like Jimi Hendrix.
I know he was
an amazing
a
guitarist.
hero of yours, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing guitarist. But I tried to teach myself how to play guitar. Not very good. I wasn't very good. But then again, as Malcolm McLaren used to say, you don't have to be able to play punk. Which is true. Which is true.
Brian May's good at guitar, isn't he?
Yes.
Bass guitar.
Bass
Was
guitar.
it bass guitar? No.
Brian May playing
No.
bass.
Have I got that wrong?
Yes.
Oh dear. I apologise.
That's okay.
Brian. Don't be sorry.
That's all right. But yeah, I mean, that was definitely my best Christmas present, I think.
And ever stood in your own bedroom and done a little bit of AC/DC?
Yes,
Yeah,
of
of
course.
course.
You
Go on, you
not.
can't do. Yeah.
And then one foot on the amp.
On the out, like, yeah, that's the way of doing it.
Yes. and then I came across people that could actually play guitars, and then I kind of gave up after that.
Oh.
My friend could play guitar very, very well, very well. Actually, now I know so many really good guitarists.
Yeah.
It's quite extraordinary, actually. How many people I know that are so good at playing guitar, and it just kind of puts you off.
So you
playing.
could pick that up?
No, I couldn't. No,
Yeah,
no,
man,
no,
it's
no,
for
no,
sure
no.
up for it now.
No, I couldn't play the guitar.
Oh,
I can play
God.
I don't know. I can do bar chords. I can just about do bar chords, and I can do probably normal chords and stuff like that. But the finger picking was always
there.
different for me. So I always used to play rhythm guitar.
It's easier.
Which is easier,
Yeah.
much easier. But you try and start doing finger picking,
Finger picking.
and I'm useless.
Oh.
I'm absolutely useless at it. So I just gave up.
Yeah, Adrian is listening very
I'm
hard
listening,
and has
but
no clue what's going on.
Never played a guitar. No.
No? Do you play musical
I used to
instrument?
play the violin. As I told you.
violin?
The violin?
I don't
I'd
anymore.
love to see you with a
No,
violin.
No, it's a long time ago. I've forgotten completely now. But I used to enjoy it at the time, which was probably when I was about, 12, 13,
Okay.
something like that. Mind you, I quite liked the music teacher, Mrs. Someone or other. She was jolly nice.
Okay.
But she was such a nice lady as well.
I said,
Fair enough. Okay.
My first tune I learnt was Handel's Largo, I think.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's one of those things you always start off with. Having previously learnt the recorder when I was at primary school, I never got on well with that. But you're a ex-bassoonist, aren't you?
I used to play bassoon. Yes.
Yes. I always had trouble getting the lips right. I couldn't quite get the wind. I don't normally have a problem getting wind up, but when it comes to musical instruments, I had a problem with musical
Well,
instruments.
it's a different technique with a bassoon because it's a
Oh, is it?
it's a double reed instrument as opposed to a clarinet, which is a single reed instrument.
I must admit, I've never tried a bassoon, but I have tried a clarinet, and I couldn't get a thing out of it, I'm afraid. Terrible.
Very clever. Talking about tunes, Schubert's Sleigh Ride was one of my favourites on the bassoon because it hit a bottom C sharp, which is like the bottom note of a a bassoon.
Yeah, that's the one you want to go for, the
Yeah.
the absolute bottom.
Well, yeah, because you get
Why
a really nice sound from it. It's like,
I always fancied playing the double bass. They always amused me,
oh yeah.
but I never got to play one.
I've got a friend that plays double bass. He's
Have you?
very, very good. Yeah, very good.
They're quite versatile. In a
Plays
way,
with a band called Apple of My Eye.
Oh, really?
If you're there, Phil, very good.
Well done, Phil.
Excellent, Phil.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, and on to your worst.
Well, I said
Worst Christmas present.
Yeah, definitely the jumper, itchy jumper. Yeah, I've had one of those. Yeah, that was pretty
I think
bad.
everybody had. So if you people
See,
out
with
there had
that,
one of those, just write to nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com. We would love to know how many of you guys had an
Itchy, horrible
oversized
jumper.
jumper for Christmas, a Christmas present.
And I had to smile about it.
Yeah, to be nice.
Along with the socks and the slippers as well. They had a full set with that lot.
But I still would love to see your jumper.
Do you know, I think I've got it somewhere still as a memento.
have
but
you?
I can't actually remember where it is currently now. It might still be in England. Shit shed, I have to say it. Sorry, guys, I have to say it. We did talk about that in the very first week of broadcasting, and I think, oh dear, I said a naughty word. But I meant it with affection, because, you know, in English, you see, this is the thing about the English language. The word that, you know, shit is a bad word, isn't it? But no, I don't want to keep saying it. I don't want to be rude. But it also has a positive connotation in the sense that it's a friendly term, you know, when you say stuff. It's like being friendly with your stuff.
Right.
If you know what I mean. I don't mean it's real, you know, nasty.
No,
SH
I know.
word, you know, it's just stuff. Stuff that you're not using all the time. You know, it's just in the shed. But I think in that shed is the sick colour jumper, which is a bit of a shame because I think it's a very snowy and cold where it is at the moment.
But hold on. How big is this jumper?
Well, I probably wouldn't fit it now, obviously.
Well, why have you kept it?
Because
The colours.
yes, well,
it just reminds me.
I'm one of these people that a bit of a hoarder. Actually, I keep all sorts of things, but no, it just reminds me of Auntie Gwen.
Oh, I see.
Who's a nice
no,
lady.
No, I understand. Actually,
and also, it used to make me laugh that other people called it sick colour jumper.
No,
You know, It was
okay.
one of those running jokes.
I understand. Actually, to be fair, I kept a jumper that's got a massive big hole in it.
Oh yeah.
But it reminds me of somebody that's sadly passed away.
There you go.
So
Yeah, I understand.
I understand. I do understand.
No, my Auntie Gwen was great. I didn't see her that much because she lived in London when I was a child and the parents moved away. But she did take me round St Paul's Cathedral once, which was fantastic to go round the Whispering Gallery. That was quite amazing. And then something awful happened. I didn't know this at the time. I think I was about 11. She died, but no one told me she died. She died of a heart attack. And do you know what? This is a true story. I shouldn't be telling you this.
No.
But do you know that the family thought that I was responsible for her death simply because she'd taken me as a child up to Whispering Gallery, and there was a lot of steps involved,
Oh, I
stairs.
see.
But this poor lady had a heart attack about 2 days afterwards, and I didn't know about it. I didn't even go to the funeral.
Oh dear.
So that's probably why I've kept her jumper.
Of course. No, I understand.
You see, I know it's silly to keep these things, but
I
she
know-
was a good lady.
My sister tried to throw this particular jumper out that I'm talking about, and I actually begged her to bring it back.
Oh,
I did, because it had such good memories for me of this person that had passed away, and it was like, you know, no, please don't. Yeah.
so you still got that, have you?
I still have, yes.
Maybe we can get our jumpers together.
Jumpers together, yeah. Have a jumper
meet
party.
up.
Have a jumper party. Yeah. Lovely.
In the shed. Why not? Somebody's shed.
No, not in
No,
the shed.
we did promise we wouldn't mention sheds, and I
No,
think
it's
I've
not the
broken that
problem.
promise.
So
broke
the-
that.
yeah,
So I
you
do
broken the
apologise. I
promise.
think
So
I'm going to be serving penance later. But
the next round of coffee is going to you.
I can see that coming.
Hey, we
I'm
got
a
this
bad
sorted
boy
out.
being naughty.
But it's okay, we can have a jumper party in the shed. Unbelievable jumper party. If you want to join our jumper party in the shed, we will announce the date when we hold this event very soon. Get your Christmas jumper from years ago. Bring your own shed.
But I mean, what would you like as a Christmas present? What would be your, you know, if you could go back and have anything you like as a Christmas present? I think I would go for something like a Hot Wheels track or Skeletrix.
Oh, Hot Wheels. Yes, I remember that.
Skeletrix. I personally, I never got a Skeletrix when I was a kid.
No.
I would love a Skeletrix. I know it sounds really sad, doesn't it?
No,
I know.
not at all. I never had one either. No. But they were quite fun. Other people's, when I get to see them. I think I only had one person I went to see, and it was amazing, these things. But they always used to seem to fall off round a bend or something.
That's because you're going too fast. You're
I
not
wasn't racing him.
controlling it.
He didn't allow me to
right,
do.
okay.
I was,
Oh, no,
you
I wasn't
weren't
privy to do.
Very sensible.
Very sensible, especially with my funny fingers that do all the wrong things at the wrong times. Oh dear.
Or a
Electric
train set, maybe.
or
Maybe
train
a
set.
train set?
I had a train set. I can't say that.
Did you?
I had a train set.
Oh,
yes.
did you?
Yeah, I got a train set.
Great.
Loved it. And I was really sitting at home. I remember that. And that was for Christmas too. I got a train set. Merlin train set, or what is
Oh,
it called?
yes.
And I set this up just in, just over
Yeah, I remember.
racks,
Yeah.
and I put some things up. And I was really, really proud of it. And then we gone and visited my godfather, William. And he was all excited, and he took me down to his basement, and he showed me his rail set.
Oh.
Wow.
And I never looked at mine again, because he had he had the whole room full.
Really?
A big, huge table.
Wow.
And a rail set, and little mountains, and little villages, and there must have been, wow, it was really paradise, no?
Yeah.
But after coming back from that, I sat in my room,
No.
oh,
Okay.
that's it, so it
it
ruined
not
the fun a little bit, but not train set, definitely, yeah.
Did it not encourage you to maybe, start collecting more track? And
No.
No?
No. I don't know why, it was just,
It was
it
just
was
like,
just,
I can never
no,
get
why
to
should
that
I?
point.
We went there every couple of weeks. We went there
Oh,
for
right.
a day, so why should I invest my pocket money when he got it already?
He can waste his.
He can waste his.
Yeah,
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 my
exactly.
Uncle William is brilliant,
Yeah,
brilliant
no.
guy.
I know what you mean.
But go on. It's so this is the stuff you would have liked.
Yeah, I would have loved the Skeletrics. Oh, yeah. Racing cars. Oh,
All right, yeah.
yeah.
You ate?
Do what, sorry?
What you could choose? What?
I agree.
Wayne said.
I would have liked to have had a Scalextrics as well, yes.
Oh, you guys
to
are
be honest.
boring.
Why?
I always one thing I wanted that I never got.
Go on.
It's one thing that I remember I begged my parents, I
Yes.
want one of those, no?
Yes.
And my father just looked at me and said, "Oh, you crazy boy." But seriously, no, please, I tell you, I'm careful, no? These were one of these chemistry sets.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I would have loved one of these chemistry sets, Go and experiment around, no? But my dad said, "Oh boy, no. Haven't paid the house off yet, so we have to wait." No, never. Neighbor boy got some. Yeah.
Back in the early days, 1950s, and so the chemistry sets used to come with, I think it was plutonium.
Yeah. They had really traces of plutonium. Yeah.
Yes.
No joke. No
Yeah,
joke.
That's not joking either.
No.
Because
They had
it was the nuclear age, and
right.
and basically they had experiments that you could mess around with.
Presumably this was at a safe level, it wasn't...
I don't know.
Really?
Well, not really. No.
Not really, no.
Because I saw something a while ago about they're calling up vintage toys. No?
Yes,
and
exactly.
the most dangerous vintage toys, and they had a countdown.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was, I think it was in top 3.
Yeah.
no?
It seems
Top
almost
3 people blown themselves up with it. Yeah.
extraordinary to think that such a thing would be marketed as a toy.
Well, it was. Yeah, it was an educational toy.
Education, and they should. What they wanted to push the brain activity to invent and to get into science. This was the time they pushed more for scientists and. No?
But
Yeah,
you saying about your
definitely.
chemistry set just reminded me of that.
Oh yeah, no, I wanted one. I really, really wanted one. And the neighbor's boy got one. Peter got one. No. I think,
Did you go around and experiment with him?
No, that was on one side were lucky. Well, first we called him Peter, no? And then he got a new nickname after a couple of months. We were Four-Fingered Pete. But no, seriously.
No,
he blown his sum off.
No.
Really?
That was then 2 months later. We were 2 months later, and we sat in the house, and all of a sudden we hear a bang. No? And I think, oh, brilliant! No, what's going fireworks or something? No, guys are out playing again.
Yeah.
But no. Fire department arrived, ambulance arrived. No? And a few days later we saw him with his handbags. He said, oops, no, some gone. And that was the time in Austria where really a lot of things happened, and then they were forbidden.
Yeah.
Instantly the law come into effect and
Yeah, I
outlawed
bet.
them. But it was... See, and my dad said, gee, I told you so, no?
Yeah,
You
I
know?
bet he did.
You're right. And I mean, you guys know some of my childhood stories, so my dad was probably right not to buy me one.
Yes, I would think. Very, very good. Yeah.
That's probably true.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm a little bit of a crazy boy,
Yeah.
but need to be a little bit crazy.
I remember getting a toolkit once. That was
yeah.
good. I enjoyed having a toolkit.
What, real toys or toy?
No,
toy toys?
real
Real
toolkit.
toys, really?
Yeah.
Ah.
I must have been about 10, I think, something like that.
Did you make anything with them?
Well, I chopped up a load of wood, that was for sure.
Okay.
Got the saw out. Saw. Oh, that table leg looks a bit wonky. Maybe I can fix that. Saw. Oh, no, it's a bit more wonky. Oh, dear. Yeah. Get my hammer out.
Nail them back together.
Nail it back together. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I made something. It probably fell apart within about 5 minutes. But yeah.
So not a lot changed.
No, not a lot changed. No.
Oh no, you're a
Not
good handyman. I
No,
can't say that.
no, not a lot changed. But yeah, I mean, Skeletrix, I'm sorry, but that was definitely mine. Either that or a remote-controlled plane, actually.
Cool.
Remote controlled plane. Yeah, so remote control stuff were very good. Very good.
Yeah, never got it, though. It's a shame. Got my electric guitar, though.
See, you got, some achievements, no? But,
Yeah.
okay, what is his Christmas presents? Is there now, now we're in a different age. Now we're all a little bit older, so we're all in our mid-30s. And we go
Thank you, Thomas.
so
Thank
now
you.
it is in,
I thought your maths was really good.
yeah, it is. So it's
Mid-30s?
mid-30s.
Yeah. Right.
But no, but now, what would be now? Really now, for the moment, if you could choose now anything, you could.
Oh.
Have. If you could just this one wish, okay, I want that one now
wish.
for Christmas.
Has it-
What would you choose?
Has it got to be a material object? Or could it be a wish of anything?
That's a good one.
That's
So is
good.
this a
Because if
material
it's not a
object, that could
material
be a-
object, I would wish for peace on
I
planet
would
Earth.
agree with you on that.
That's the one thing.
I would
Yeah.
agree with you.
I think we
Yes,
can all
Peace.
agree on that. can't
Yeah,
we?
of course,
Peace.
of course. If we could make something happen, let's have peace.
Yes.
No question.
No
But
hunger.
no hunger.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't think there is anything that
No
I
money.
really,
No currencies.
no.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Huh?
Yes. You touched
would
on
be-
something, I think it was in yesterday's programme when you mentioned, I meant to mention more about it to you.
What's that?
About, exchanging things. Because
Oh,
they
yes.
used to run a scheme, didn't they? Local
Yep.
exchange trading system.
That's right.
For unwanted
Lovely
Christmas
idea,
gifts
isn't
or
it?
Yeah, but it's also exchanging. For instance, maybe you need a room painted, for instance. So, and you're an accountant.
Yes.
Let's say.
Good one. Yes.
Let's say you're an accountant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the local painter and decorator, you ask the local painter and decorator,
so-
can you do my room? I'll do your accounts.
Okay, bartering.
Yeah.
Like so barter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thing is
It's wonderful.
bartering for
It's
Christmas.
quite a nice idea.
I do that for you, you do that for me.
Yeah.
But that's how it worked in the
I've
old
got a-
days, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were exchanging services.
Yeah.
They were trading the stuff, so everybody was known for what he did. What disappears now, and this is craftsmanship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Simple craftsmanship. Everybody wants to become famous nowadays and say they want to be a star.
Celebrity culture.
Celebrity culture. Yeah, what we're talking.
Maybe that's a moan on another one
Yeah,
next
another
week,
time.
maybe.
That could be next week, Mo, definitely.
But
yeah,
a friend of mine, he's a panel beater sprayer.
Oh, is
Carl.
that Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle.
Hello, Carl.
Hello,
Oh
Kyle.
my God!
He basically did that for an accountant and accountant.
Just swapped. Oh, what a good
That's
idea!
fantastic.
I'll do all your scrapes and your dents in your car, and then you do my accounts for me. It's a good fair exchange.
Wonderful. Absolutely brilliant.
In the process,
Yes. No money involved.
No.
No cryptocurrencies either.
Yeah.
No
Well,
cryptocurrencies. Yeah, and there's another thing. They got hacked.
I know, I saw that.
80 million.
I saw
yeah,
that.
somewhere
Yes.
got hacked. Slovenia.
Yeah, that's
Currency.
What's this?
Bitcoin trader got hacked.
Yes, that's right, a trader. Since we were talking about it yesterday, in between the time we were talking about it yesterday and the time we've just mentioned it now.
It just got hacked.
No connection, ladies and gentlemen.
No, of course not.
No,
but,
there
I
isn't.
mean, that's interesting, isn't it? I mean, of course they're going to go after them.
No, definitely. But okay, go about material now. If you could have one wish for material thing,
Okay.
what would you? What?
I don't know.
You
Thomas.
anything? No.
Difficult question.
Wayne, you any?
Maybe a Lucamades machine?
A Lucamades machine.
I know what
Can I have a Lucamades machine?
A donut machine, or we shouldn't say that. Food again, everybody. We're back on Friday night food
That's
night.
the one, man.
So I can have an endless supply.
Well, do you know what? You haven't got long to wait, because I believe little birdie told me that we're having some.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah.
12th of December.
They're coming
Ayos
on
Mateos.
Tuesday.
Yes,
Tuesday.
on
It's
the
Tuesday.
terrace.
It's not Wednesday.
No.
You booked your
Wednesday's
place
too
already, I
late.
see. Great.
There's
Maybe
Lucamades
that.
machine.
Maybe that. That'd be good. Oh.
That's not a bad one, Lucamades machine. Oh, yeah. Adrian, what would you? Anything you could
I think it's a
material-wise,
question of what I
would you?
need. I'd probably go for a bigger freezer. That sounds boring, but it does mean I'd be able to keep more ice cream and food.
Well, that's good.
Yes, it is good, because my freezer is okay. It's just not very big.
packed.
It's packed, jam-packed. Can't get anything else in it, no.
Yeah.
And in the summer months, I have to say I have a penchant for ice cream. And yes, if you've got,
The double
chicken in
chocolate
there
one.
and
He was
stuff.
running down to the Castle Cafe for his double chocolate one.
Do you know,
Every time I could see him, I was
actually-
worried. I hope there's one left.
No, it's because the
So-
guy who ran the cafe, he was in competition with me. He had a limited supply come in,
Yeah.
and we'd have to fight each other for it. But he won, obviously, because it's his cafe. He's a nice guy, Panos, if you're watching. Hello, Panos.
Yeah, that is brilliant.
Maybe we get you an ice cream making machine then.
Maybe.
You can
Do you think they're
make
any
your
good?
own.
Are they the same, do you think?
Yes, yes.
Really? Maybe, yes. And we could all have ice cream on the terrace in the summer. I mentioned about the mocha coffee ice cream the other day. I'd quite like to make one of those, actually.
Food again, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Isn't
What
it?
about yourself then, Thomas?
If I would any new material, I would ask for a 24-hour chef.
24-hour chef. Do you think-
24 hour.
Would that fit down the chimney, do you reckon? Would he fit
I just
down
don't
the
care. We
chimney?
can push him down.
Push him down.
24 hour. Now, how nice would that be, huh?
Yeah.
Not to worry about cooking or
Yeah,
not.
that
I
would-
love
yes,
cooking.
that would be
I
good,
really,
Thomas.
but
Yeah.
how nice would it be not to think about what should I cook today? Just I got my 24-hour chef. I let him take care of that.
Yeah. Would he wash up as well?
That's what I cook. Do I care? No, the thing. Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
24-hour chef.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe if you didn't, you could get one of those robots. So the chef would do the cooking, and the robot would do all the other stuff, like the washing up and the menial tasks, like peeling the potatoes or something.
Didn't they have a robot that actually does cook?
Yes, I think they have.
I'm
Really?
pretty sure they did. You could put a recipe in and it would cook.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
That'd
Providing
be really
it was
cool.
correct and everything. Yes.
Yeah.
A robot what cooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, why not?
Robo chef.
Robo chef. Yeah.
Bit
Yeah,
like
and then you
Robocop.
program him with Gordon Ramsay's voice.
Oh,
Fantastic.
maybe,
and that
I
would
don't
make
know,
Adrian
that
stay.
swearing and shouting puts me off. You see, I believe in energy, and I think I don't know Mr. Ramsay, and I'm sure he's a fabulous chef. But what puts me off is that he's so rude and aggressive and swears all the time. And I was always told, and I truly actually believe this, that you've got when you're preparing food, you need to put good energy into it. And if you don't put the good energy, the food will come out not so tasty at the end. And I put this to a test, funnily enough, 1 year ago when I was having a fireworks party. And I was cooking some food, I can't remember now. It wasn't actually the day of fireworks, it was the next day. And some friends had stayed over. And I was making a sauce, and I got in a bit of a pickle, and this other person got a bit impatient, and they said, no, I'm going to make a sauce. And we kind of had a sauce off, as it were.
Okay.
He made his sauce, I made my sauce. But his sauce, he was so angry, and he was all, I don't know. So when we came to actually have the sauces, I have to say, I'm being biased here. I mean, his sauce was bloody horrible, I thought.
Oh.
And my sauce was, well, quite saucy.
Oh, what a saucy
But
story.
the point I'm going on about is that I was convinced that because he was angry and het up
I see.
and full of negative energies, those energies found their way into the food, which then mingled up, and when you took the food, it wasn't so pleasant, you know. So I don't understand why people get so het up in kitchens. I understand the pressure on a chef. But equally, if I'm doing some cooking, I like things to be chill and like it nice and flow, you know. And hopefully it creates more tasty food at the end of it.
It does, yeah. I
Definitely,
can attest to that.
Definitely. You know, if Gordon Ramsay would watch now, you know what he would say.
I know exactly what he'd say, but I'm not
kinda
going
think
to
I
say
know what he would
I'm
say,
not
yeah,
going
yeah.
to say it, no.
No.
Instead of that, we'll invite him round for some food ourselves, in the shed.
What?
Oh, why not?
Oh, and he
One of
got
us has
this
got to have a
shed.
shed. To,
I told you he got this shed fetish.
Yeah.
I think I might have, actually, Thomas.
Yeah,
We need to
Yeah.
get you a photograph with a shed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see this
have
on
you-
Twitter soon. His
have you
post
se- I was gonna
selfies with my sheds.
Yeah. Have you seen some of the tweets that Gordon Ramsay does though?
No.
They're very funny.
And
I have to
he's
say
actually quite a funny man, isn't he?
he is.
I think he's misunderstood.
People send him pictures of the food that they've cooked,
Oh, yeah.
and he tends to give back
Oh.
exactly the opinion of what it
Looks like.
looks like.
Yeah.
And I have to say,
But-
I have to agree with him on some of
Some
them.
of the things with the pictures you
people-
see, yeah, it's
Some people
hilarious.
send him a picture and he goes, "Oh, what do you think of this then, Gordon?" And he went, "Looks like cat's dinner." Or, you know, things like that.
But if you see the pictures, Aid, you will agree probably.
You would agree.
Well, maybe we can
someone
get
It looks
really-
like it's incinerated
Yeah.
and things like that. Yeah.
Well, it's the same you had yesterday. No, I have to say, I mean, because I come out of the tourist and gastronomy
Yes.
side, I was very involved since childhood for family business. And then I have to say, I mean, the pressure, you're right, the pressure in the kitchen is sometimes really. And when you work with a lot of apprentices and chefs, yeah, they can be a little bit of a headache sometimes. So you have to, they go in, I remember chefs my mother had hired, brilliant chefs, and some of them were not a lot different to Ramsay. So there's power, there's pressure, because it's his name on it.
Yes.
Well,
and
very
that's what
true.
most don't understand. That what goes out there, that's his name.
Yeah.
That food goes out, it's not this guy made
No.
it, no, a sous chef made it, a patisserie, that doesn't matter.
That's
His name on it.
His name. Yeah,
Definitely,
I agree.
yeah.
I've
So-
worked with chefs before, and chefs can be very, very irate.
Yeah,
But for that reason, it's their food.
Yeah.
it's their
fair
food,
enough.
it's their
So
life.
if it's
their,
not right, if the apprentice is
their
not
future.
doing it right, then they will tell him
yeah,
in no uncertain terms.
in no uncertain terms, that's the thing. And that's, I think this is how great chefs are made. They're made under
Yes.
pressure.
Yeah.
And when you're used to this environment and you know you can take that,
Mm-hmm.
you will become for sure one of the greats. But you have to go through that.
Yeah.
And you have to love what you do. They're only getting that upset because they love what they're doing.
Exactly.
That's their passion. That's their life. Is cooking. Is to push this to the limit.
Yeah.
So of course they taking that very, very serious. And most of the people think, you know, being a chef, it's not what's you know, you poor chef. No, don't. There are chefs out there. They earn a lot,
And
a
they
lot
work
of money.
very hard.
But they work very hard.
They do.
They work very hard. So 12-hour days is standard.
That is standard.
It's
Yeah,
a
taking the
complete
delivery in the
standard.
morning,
Yes.
making sure everything's
Everything.
fresh, and
Yeah, and then forget on
Prepping
your
for the day.
feet, constantly on
Yeah.
your feet.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's for sure. So and as they go then and then lose it sometimes, but I understand what you say. He done it so extreme because at the
Yeah,
time
exactly.
people just loved that
That's what I
on
mean.
television. And
Yeah.
he slotted in at the perfect time. Because the whole thing with that being nasty like that was Simon Cowell who started it off.
yeah.
Probably so.
Yeah. And then Ramsay jumped onto that one. But from the kitchen side, I think is genius.
Yeah.
But what he's doing lately, it's a little bit questionable. I think he's overdoing it. But
I've not seen what he's doing.
no, I stopped
Yeah.
because it's shame. No, okay, we done that. How did we come to this one?
I think
My 24-hour chef.
your
isn't it?
24-hour
Yeah,
chef,
that would
that's
be
right.
brilliant. Can you imagine? I
That's
have
a great
Ramsay
idea.
to my disposal 24 hours. But I wouldn't stop eating. No,
Would
seriously.
you
But
request
is it,
special things? Would you know?
I mean, there's a lot of great chefs out there. You know, I love my food and
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
cooking and things, and I follow great chefs. There's a lot, especially in England, there's a few fantastic chefs out there. I really, Walter Thompson, as example, would love to eat his food,
Yeah.
try his food. Whittingstall, I mean, not chef, but you know, from the way he makes it, would love that. Oh my God, there is so really, really. Gino, as example, would love to go in there.
Gino,
Yeah. One Jamie Oliver is another one.
Yeah,
Another Ramsay, and then there's the
And Rick Stein as well.
Rick Stein. Oh yes,
Charming
Rick
chap.
Stein. What is thing? I would love to try some of their
My
food,
favourite though
definitely.
was Keith Floyd, though, wasn't he?
Oh,
Amazing.
bless him.
What a performer.
Put a hat,
What,
glass of wine.
But
No,
what
I haven't got his culinary talents, I'm
enthusiasm
afraid.
this guy had. The enthusiasm for food.
Well, yes, he was incredible. Absolutely. Amazing guy.
I mean, did you not see him somewhere?
Not in real life, but I did see an episode when he was in Marrakesh, or I think
Yeah.
it was Marrakesh, certainly in Morocco, and he set up at 6 o'clock in the morning. There was absolutely no one around apart from the cameraman and I think the producer, and he just had a little table and a portable gas cooker and stuff.
Yeah.
And within minutes, the whole square was absolutely flooded with people, and it was such a great. It was lovely to watch, actually. And interestingly, I think you were talking about people's last words and all that. Well, he rather strangely had a last meal, didn't he?
Did he?
The last meal he had before he sadly died was, I can't remember now, but it was extraordinary. It included champagne, and he had all these exotic dishes, all his favourites. So I don't know whether he knew that was going to happen or whether it was just the hand of fate. But at least before he died, he had a full-blown meal.
Nice.
Which is nice, yes.
Great, yeah. Loved watching the episodes.
Yeah, I did
Definitely,
as
I
well.
loved watching the episodes. Okay, guys, we have to move on. We move on now on what's going on Corfu. We have a couple of things.
Yes.
Yeah, and we start off. Where do we start off? I have no idea where we start off now.
Christmas melodies at Contockley.
Christmas melodies at Contockley. Here we are in the Numerosi News. It's the events page.
Yes.
So numerosi.com and yeah.
So Contockley Community Centre is organising a Christmas event on Sunday the 17th of December, and that's between 7 and 8:30.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Excellent, cool, yeah.
The next thing I was going to mention was the Red Cross and Children's World Kindergarten are organising a Christmas bazaar on the 9th and 10th of December from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m.
So, and this all homemade stuff, what they can
Yes.
sing as we have the picture on screen now about
lovely.
painted roof tiles. I love that one.
That's at Lithari Potamus, and they're going to have the Leah Pardis brass band.
Leopardis brass band, yeah.
Yep, and that's on Sunday, the 10th. They're having a brass band. There's handicrafts and all sorts of different things on, and all the proceeds will go to the Red Cross.
Very good.
Excellent.
I think that's really good.
Event well worth going.
I think so, yes.
Definitely.
Red Cross do a very good job.
Yeah.
They do indeed.
Definitely.
And the next one, the last one, is gingerbread house decorating.
Yum, yum.
Oh, yes.
Now we start talking.
Now he perks up a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, now we start talking.
Gingerbread house decorating. That's at Lilia's Kitchen, and that's between the 20th and the 2nd of December. They say everything is provided, adults and children are welcome, and there's refreshments available.
Great.
And it's going to cost you €10, but then, you know, everything's...
You get your gingerbread house
You get
and
a
everything.
gingerbread house, you get
Oh, a
everything,
house.
and you get
Wow.
the joy of making it.
Oh, you have to make it.
Yes.
You have to make the house.
Yeah,
out
you
of gingerbread.
decorate it.
You
Yeah.
You
decorate.
decorate it. The house
you
is
make
made,
it.
but you decorate it, no?
I think you might put it together as
What
well.
about
wouldn't you?
sneaking little bits of gingerbread in the building materials, sort of sneaking them in your mouth? And,
I would have thought that was all right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Featuring, I think they would let
Very
have
nice
an
of you.
exception.
Thank you.
And that's situated behind Alpha Bank, opposite the Poets Cafe, and that's at 5 p.m. on the 20th. That's Wednesday the 20th. Thursday the 21st, and Friday the 22nd. And there's limited places available, so I'd get booking if I were you. And you can book through Facebook Messenger at Lilia's Kitchen, or you can email liliaskitchen@yahoo.com. So I'd get your bookings in now if I were you, because I reckon that the places for that will go very quickly.
They might well indeed.
That they will go quick. They will go quick.
Yeah.
But
Mostly
brilliant!
taken
What a
up by
nice
me.
activity before Christmas. What a great idea and nice activity before Christmas.
Yeah.
Make your own gingerbread house.
I think
get
that's a
some-
great idea.
Yeah.
It is rather, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love that. And here we have hello. We got two. Steve Four says, hello guys, love your Christmas decoration.
Hello.
Excellent. And the same is from our friend George Diamantis. Good evening, my
George.
friends.
George.
Nice Christmas decoration. Have a good night. Yes, same to you, George. Thanks for
Aristopoli.
watching. We tried a good thing, didn't we?
Yes.
We tried our best, and I think it's all right, no? We got a couple of Santas here. Everywhere there's Santa Claus.
Santa.
So it's all right, yeah. So, brilliant. And that's it.
You said you had
And
something.
here is from Alex Wolder, Mr. Mabel. Greetings from New Zealand.
I know Alex Walder. Good heavens, are you really watching this? Hello, Alex. Very nice to, well, I can't see you, but nice to know that you're there in good old New Zealand. Actually, I shouldn't say this, but Alex told me that there's a town nearby, and it's got a very unfortunate name.
Okay.
Fukutami or something. It's terrible. I shouldn't say that, Ruud. But
Fukutami?
yes.
Okay.
We wouldn't want to say that when you've had one too many. But apparently, I've
This
never been
is
to New
one
Zealand.
of the words you should say quick 3 times in a row.
Yeah, exactly. But I haven't been there. But, you know, the stories I hear from him and his family and some photographs, the place looks absolutely amazing. But I'm very impressed that he's contacted us, Thomas. That's amazing.
Just wrote in a couple of, not
Thank
even a
you,
minute
Alex.
ago.
Thank you, that's great.
Oh,
Makes it all
brilliant.
worthwhile to think that we are being shown in New Zealand. How exciting.
Yeah, what's the time difference there, actually?
Breakfast time or something?
It's an interesting thing.
Might be having a bit of brekkie.
Maybe.
Yes. Good for Alex. Thank you,
Yeah.
Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Nice one.
Brilliant. No, thank you very much, Alex. Fantastic. New Zealand watching. How excellent.
lovely.
See, brilliant. What brings us, sadly enough, to the end of our show?
Oh, didn't you say you had something they could squeeze in if you had time? I can't remember what it was. It was something...
Yes, people wanted to know. I think we keep that for next week.
Okay,
People
right.
want to know. They want to know what SK is doing. What else? You know, what is SK
okay,
all
yes,
about?
right,
StudioKerkyra. When I say SK, we mean StudioKerkyra. Sorry about that. But StudioKerkyra, they want to know a bit more about us. So I think we throw this in a topic next week. We explain a little bit more, put a few things together, let the people see behind the scenes a little bit, and try to explain them what we all about.
Fabulous.
Simple as that. Okay. Sadly enough. Now no more messages. Thank you guys for all these messages today. It was
Yes,
fantastic. So if you want to take part in our show, send us your questions. Send us whatever you want. Talk to us. Nightshift@StudioKerkyra.com. Go on to our Facebook page. Message us there. Or,
That's great.
call us. Write us via Skype. Username StudioKerkyra.
We haven't had a Skype yet. We're really looking forward to one, aren't we, Thomas? A live Skype in. That'd be
We're gonna
great.
have that. We're gonna have that one day. Don't worry.
Brilliant.
We're gonna see. Yeah. Okay. Now, for me, I think it is time to say good night. So, thank you very much for watching. If there's anything you wanna catch up with us, the episode will be available very soon to catch up with. Or otherwise, send us an email to nightshift@studiokerkyra.com. Thank you, everybody, for watching, for taking part in today's show. Fantastic feedback, fantastic messages, what made us happy for New Zealand.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
fantastic.
Wow. Made the show. Thank you very much. For me,
Oh, yeah, yes, it's just sad to say goodbye because I don't really want to go, actually. It's been great fun sitting here talking to the world and everybody. World and his wife, why not? But it means to me to say, take care, have a lovely weekend, and Kara Nikta.
Yeah, and it's have a lovely weekend from me. Keep on smiling. Kali Nikta.